All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Monday, December 1st, 4:46 p.m.
Eastern time.
Eastern time. That's right. Let me just turn multi-streaming on Kick. Still sick. A little bit. We're headed home. Divorce court is coming soon. Plus, everybody already went home. Multi on. There we go. Multi-stream has been enabled. So this is the Great Chicago Collab breakdown. We have the call-in link pinned for any and all thoughts, comments, any of the collaborators if they want to share their experience. We're going to take it nice and slow. Got no rush to go anywhere. And I've got the whiteboard at hand. I kind of want to make a timeline of everything that happened. We had some great moments. Yesterday was the end of the collab, I suppose, the last night with G Mommy, who did message me today and asked what we were doing today. So I think he had a good experience. I think he wanted to meet up again today, but unfortunately, divorce calls. But big fan still. Love the content.
We're in Ohio.
We're in Ohio. How did it go, Grace? Rate the collab 1 out of 10. I think that we should probably go through it before I rate it. But overall, I'm pretty happy. I have to say, I'm pretty satisfied. It was a little rough at times, a little crazy, but
yeah,
sort of a surreal experience. It was unique. Let's just say it was unique.
Well, we both had health problems, so
yeah. All right, we do have our first caller backstage. I'm going to put you up, Sigma Gabe. All right.
Can I get us some food?
Yeah.
You don't want to turn the light on?
I'll turn that on, yeah. I got a tuna. He cut it into 2 for some reason. And cookies. Grace had health problems. I was just sick.
Lalo got her sick. STD.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sigma. Yeah. Stage. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good. Grace, thanks very much for the call-in, because I know you're kind of frustrated that I was kind of inconsistent recently about meeting Lav.
Yes, Sigma Gabe, if you guys don't remember, was the chatter who was, I think it's fair to say you were kind of spamming. You were like, you have to not meet up with her. She's crazy. She's going to accuse you of stuff, yada, yada. And then when we were actually in Chicago, you were like, look, I rarely unfollow people, but if you don't make the meetup with Lav happen, I'm not sure I'm going to be watching your content anymore. So go ahead. Give me your take.
Just to explain it, I think by the time you were there and you really had her outnumbered, like 4 or 5 or 6 to 1, right? And Ben was really onto her, and I could tell she was not going to be able to pull on you what she's pulled on other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to feel differently about it, and that's kind of what changed for me. So yeah, I'm sorry if I did seem confusing, or I mean, inconsistent chatters, hypocrites. It's so annoying, I'm sure, for you as a streamer. I just want to explain myself.
I'm used to it. Chat will flip on a dime. It's part of the game.
No, it's good. It's good to be challenged.
Yeah, it adds some spice. I don't take it personally at all.
Yeah, so thanks so much. I got to explain. I don't want to filibuster. I will say though, the stream was still good. The tension, of Lav versus Thorpe Camp in 2 different places. I mean, I ended up watching the whole day anyways. Just the tension of, will they meet? What's going to happen next? So it did work, in my opinion.
Well, she did, in a sense, have Lalo on her side. You know what I mean? So it wasn't really like she was out. Like, Lalo was totally saying, like, she's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and let me say, I wanted to say, I understand that people were saying, oh, well, you met up with Lalo the next day. Okay, I want to explain the thinking behind all of that a little bit, because I said I didn't want to meet up with Lav because she was with Lalo, and then the next day we were in the same place together. And I do understand how that's like, so it just seems like you're avoiding Lav. No. The day that Lav wanted to meet up, I was still willing to meet with her and all the rest of them in the RV. We parked at that drag brunch at like 2 p.m. or something, maybe 12 p.m. And we waited there until 5 or 6 for them to show up. We were right there in the RV. We could have gone into the bar. We could have gone anywhere else. They went to the Hooters, and then they went to another bar like several miles down the road, and they didn't seem like they wanted to meet up. Then, once we were like, okay, so they're just avoiding us, whatever. Then I am informed that Lalo has been laughing about what he did to me, which in and of itself, it was kind of like, whatever, it's stupid, you shouldn't do it, but like, it's not a huge deal. It just kind of sucks to grope someone in their sleep. He's a sex pest. But apologizing for it to my face and then laughing about it and lying about it with other people really ticked me off. And so that's when I let everybody know what college he was the head of Republican leadership of, etc. And then later that night, Lav was like going to karaoke with Lalo, and I was still willing to meet up with her.
No, it wasn't karaoke.
Sorry, they said karaoke, but they ended up just going to a regular bar. And I was still willing to meet up with her, but I just didn't want to meet up with her with Lalo there in person because I was really angry that night. She refused, so I was like, okay, well, enjoy Lalo. The next day, I text her and I say, okay, you checked out of your hotel. I went through this last night, but like, you checked out of your hotel. Come have a drink with me. Just me and you. Come have a drink. Come play some pool. One round of pool. One game of darts. And she goes, no, I don't want a repeat of last night. And my point to her was, well, last night was your decision.
Of yesterday.
Of yesterday, yeah. You didn't want to hang out with me solo, and now I'm inviting you solo yet again, and you just don't want to meet up with me. So here's a hot tip for next time. Don't invite 2 people out 15 hours away to meet up with you who you then refuse to meet up with. First, she refused to meet up with my dad. Then she refused to meet up with me. That just sucks. Like, don't do that next time. I get that maybe you thought it would be fun at first and then you changed your mind, but like, it really sucks for the other people involved.
Yeah, absolutely, Grayson. That's why initially my feeling was that she's kind of a streamer assassin. If you saw what she did to the Carbovs, Ice Poseidon, and now kind of, someone we all like, her husband.
I saw the Ice Poseidon thing, yeah.
Yeah. So in a way, she still did accomplish hurting a fellow streamer. That's what she kind of does. But I think you handled it like chess masters, considering how difficult and fluid the situation was. Thank you, Gabe. So thanks so much for this using this channel so I could call and just explain more, so I just didn't seem like a confusing flip-flopper.
No worries, Gabe. I appreciate the support.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
W Sigma Gabe, let's go. All right, that was our first caller. The call-in link is pinned. Ava said she had some questions about the whole thing. I'm willing to take the hard questions.
I invited OPC Don. He has some thoughts about keeping the RV warm. But I said we don't really have an issue with that.
No, it's pretty warm. OPC is welcome now. Anybody's welcome to call in.
Lalo is welcome to call in. Lalo bros, if there are any, welcome to call
Lalo
in.
defenders.
We did get some coverage on Kino Casino.
Yes, we did.
For about 20 minutes. At the beginning of their show, I think.
Yeah. It's on their YouTube channel. Yeah.
They still seem to be on season 1 with the whole like incest thing, which I would really appreciate if they say alleged. That's fine.
Yes. But other than that,
but they were spent most of their time dunking on Lalo. But they did say eventually, like, what I think is a legitimate question is, if this is going on, you can't be surprised at a certain point.
yes.
Especially if it gets more and more ridiculous. And I do think that's a legitimate criticism.
Okay,
not so much morally as like as a streamer, it's just boring.
I agree with you, but do you think that applies to this particular?
No, because this is very different. This is like, it's one thing to like, you know, when someone's awake to like go for something. When they're asleep, now we're in like Bill Cosby territory.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then of course you should just make a quick recovery and say like that's terrible. But to then lie about it and flex it, like, and when it's called rape, which is an exaggeration that Lav, and only Lav, said to put your thumbs up is retarded. I mean, that's like, it's insane.
I did want to say that me and my dad were talking about this off stream, and I do think I know what actually Lalo was trying to do with all that. Aiden, I see you in the back. If you could just put in the back chat like what you want to talk about, I'll pop you up. But let me tell the chat this theory. I don't think it was really about me, which is why I don't think he really cared that I was upset or angry at any point. I think Lalo, so here's my framing for it, right? The night that he groped me, right before we went to sleep, when we were all in the RV and we were out in the snow and stuff, my dad said that this was like genuinely a collab that was going well, and he was like, you know, him and Lalo had sort of worked things out so they were like comfortable.
Yeah, that's why it was so surprising to me. I was super generous to him.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm really happy. And chat was like, oh my God, it's like you guys have a family again. Yada, yada. So I think that Lalo I don't think he was comfortable with my dad saying that. And I think he wanted to get punched by my dad. I think that's why he did that thing to me. I think he wanted to trigger my dad to hurt him physically. That's my theory. I think he likes when men do that to him.
That's his like sexuality. It's like homosexual dom sub.
Yeah. And I think that's why he kept going with it. Because
he wanted to wake me up.
He wanted to wake you up. No, but I mean, kept going with it afterwards, like after he apologized, like laughing about it and stuff, just to keep to try to trigger.
And he was only satisfied when G Mommy dropped him off
in O Block.
In O Block.
Yeah.
And I think that's his like gratification. Public sexual humiliation by a male who has confidence. I don't think G Mommy's was particularly into it, but he was willing to do it.
Yeah, he could tell that Lalo kind of wanted it. And I really do think like that's what Lalo wants. But we're not into that. Like, we're not violent people. He did something semi-assaultish, semi-violent to provoke a reaction, but not really from me, from my dad. But he would have taken a punch from me or something. But like, it's just stupid to do. Neither of us are violent people. We don't do that kind of content.
Yeah, Lav tried to instigate that, and then we're just like, I don't have the energy. It's boring.
Yeah.
Loser content.
I did not call Lalo a rapist. Lav did. It's sex pest behavior. It's technically sexual assault. But the reason why I hung out with him again, I wasn't really hanging out with him. It's just that we were in a public place with King and G Mommy and Jeremy, and I can't tell him, like, I can't force him not to be there. And well,
you could, but it's not an issue if someone's taking advantage of you in your sleep. Then, as long as you're not sleeping around them.
Yeah, I
It's
wasn't.
not a big deal.
I
Even
wasn't
when you were
in
sleeping, it's not a
fear.
big deal in the sense of him being a sexual predator. He's just a sexual weirdo.
Yeah, I wasn't in active fear of him as long as I was awake. I just didn't want to be around him because he was pissing me off and had obviously been insulting to me, but I put that aside for the content because if I was just,
And also just because we were collabing with other people and whatever.
it would have ruined the content if I'd been like, I'm not going outside.
And we did enable some content by shuffling him off to first Lav, and then, well, actually a week ago we did it we shuffled him off to OPC, then shuffled him off to Lav, then shuffled him off to G Mommy. So it wasn't like we're really taking any risks to do that, unless we had said like, okay, we're gonna pick you up in O Block, which we had no interest in doing.
Yeah. But I would say because the first there's only been 2 gropes from Lalo. One was the thigh, which he apologized for and said he would never do again. The second was this incident. If I meet up with him in person again, outside of like yesterday, I was just doing that for the content. We were in Chicago anyways. I wasn't going to be a princess and insist that he couldn't be there because then Jeremy and King and G Mommy would have had to pick a side, and it just wasn't fair to do that to them over just a grope. Obviously, if I was in like real active fear of him, I wouldn't have met up, but that wasn't the situation. But if I meet up with him again and I share a private space with him again, like 100%, that would.
Well, Pixie Poo in chat says, Grace, aren't you still pissed? Lalo's story is that you fooled around with him, then acted like you didn't.
Am I pissed about that? No, he's obviously lying. He admitted.
It's so obvious that he's lying that like.
I mean, if you think
that it sucks to do that, but
I was mad.
It, so
I was mad, but like, whatever. If you think
here's Lalo in chat.
Gross little pee-pee, feel free to think that. But
all right, protected Grace last night from the black girl. You want to watch that?
Yeah, sure.
Where was G Mommy? Where was Ben?
You did, Lalo. I'll give you credit. I do appreciate it. You did stop Shaniqua from the attack. I do appreciate that. I'm not going to take that back.
And Ava the G is in chat saying it isn't obvious that he's lying at all. Ava, it's time to get out of chat, and the link is open, and we will calmly engage with you.
Call in, bitch.
But like spamming Grace's DMs and staying in chat is Loserville.
Call in, bitch.
You can stream it to your channel if you'd like.
Yeah, you can restream. I'm on StreamYard. We in this bitch. About to get crunk. The fuck?
Hensel Molina says Lalo hired the black girl as an actress so he can look like a hero in front of Grace. I didn't see that Lalo was.
Here, I'll play the clip. We can all watch together.
Tenderman, an old friend, says if Ava calls in, don't let Ben monopolize the convo with garbage. I promise if Ava calls in, I won't say anything. How about that? Is that tender enough for you? I'll give Grace the mic.
He'll turn his mic off. Okay, this was the Lalo heroism.
But why does everybody have to say like one of the streamers involved can't talk? I always let you talk, Ava.
I think
that's fine. Everyone has to do verbal BDSM. I mean, you only understand. This is why you don't have a man in your life, because you only understand relationships in terms of power dynamics. Slav's problem, Lalo's problem. Relationships are give and take, even on the internet.
Did Ava say you can't have a mic? Or was it just Tenderman?
Ava. True.
Where did she say that? Ben is just going to interrupt me Okay, well then don't call in if you don't want to talk to us. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's fine. She can talk to you.
Okay, I mean, whatever.
Grace can handle herself. Grace will. I'll take my microphone off. You can play these stupid games just like Laugh, but you won't call in because you're a fucking loser on the internet.
All right, Ava, he said he'd take his mic off. So here's the Shaniqua attack, though. Here we go.
Mommy, forgive you. That's where they are. Walk away, good serpent. You go first. What's your name, sir?
Whoa, hey. No, get away from me. No, hey. Y'all ain't in Millennium Park. We know, dude. You're not protecting us. We get it. Did you see that?
I was watching
the heroism. So he did block Shaniqua. I appreciate it. I did not want to get scratched up or whatever by a ratchet ass hoe. Meat shield. She sort of pushed him. She wasn't really gonna do anything, I don't think, but you know, I appreciate it. She did knock my phone out of my hand. It would have sucked if it had broken or something. So was G-Molly gonna do that? No. No.
It's childish behavior.
So anyways, Ava's being a pussy. All right, so let's continue. Just if you don't mind, just read chat. We'll respond to chat until one of these losers calls in. Oh no, my thing exploded. Lalo contends that he got some hand-mouth action. It doesn't make any difference. He can contend whatever he wants. Everybody knows he's lying. He admitted I was asleep and he held my hand and grabbed my thigh 3 times. Now a day later he's saying, oh, by the way, she sucked my dick. I mean, it's like...
Pixie Poo says, Grace, how about you just let the Lalo arc die? His content / personality is so cringe. I think that's good advice. He does provide, content because he is so weird. But it's a lot like Ava and Ruby. It's like you can only hear it so many times. And eventually we shut them down, like we've shut Ava down, and she makes excuses. Oh, I didn't watch the stream. Everyone knows, Ava, you watch the streams obsessively. And yes. You envy and you have sexual feelings and you tell yourself that you're doing something better with your life. Whatever. It's so lame, but just sit and chat like where you belong. Like the dumb whore you are.
Ava's roommates won't let her go live. The bait is crazy. I'm not answering her questions in chat, though. You're not going to come up? You're too scared? You're too scared to talk to me?
Well, it's just ban her,
well, Are you like Lav? You think I'm unstable?
Lala, why don't you come up and make your case?
The Rubester said the same thing. Ben would beat Grace if they spoke out. As usual, it's bullshit. I mean, everybody knows my dad is not going to beat me if Lalo says whatever. They would never do that. It's just cope. It's just typical cope. Oh, your dad's abusive. I can't tell the truth, guys.
I say we give Ava 5 minutes and then bye-bye.
Sure, that sounds reasonable.
Go talk to Ruby that no one listens to.
Oh, Niece. I like Niece. Niece, welcome to the stage. Hello, can you hear me? I can't hear you if you're talking.
Hey, Grace.
Oh, okay, there it is. Hi, Niece. How are you?
I'm good. You can't hear me?
No, I can hear you now.
Hi, Niece.
Hey.
Just for a little context for the chat, Niece is a woman who lives in Virginia who was willing to host me and Lalo when we were doing our California trip that didn't end up happening, but she also was going to meet up with Lalo in Arizona when she went to her friend's something's funeral, but that didn't happen either. But that's not a diss on you. I'm just giving context as to how we know you. Anyways, go ahead. What do you want to call in about?
I'm having an echo or delay.
All right, say one right after me. One. Okay, there's no delay. You got an echo? All right, chat, do you hear an echo?
Oh, maybe hang on a minute. All right, hang on a minute. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
All right, my YouTube app was still open. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
What I think happened with the Lav, is that how you say her name? Lav,
yeah.
situation was what I saw in the car was that she misunderstood. Lala was in the back seat and he said something. He said, Grace says I groped her, and Lav kept saying, what, you raped? Well, I'm on YouTube. I don't want to say it, but you raped her.
okay.
You can say rape. It's fine.
You raped her. You did what? You raped her. So it's like Lav misunderstood from the beginning, and then I really enjoyed you at the bar with Venus. That was awesome content. I really liked
that.
it.
Really was great.
I had a good time. Yeah, I thought it was great. It was the highest viewership I got the whole time, except when we were with G Mommy briefly. But yeah.
But I kind of feel like, I mean, I know you did get quite a buzz because I kept typing in chat, Grace needs a nap first. And I think things got a little bit like it was miscommunication because Lob kept saying, well, tell her to meet us here. Let's go here. Let's go there. And then you started yelling, she's a whore and all this kind of stuff. I'm just summarizing it shortly.
I did.
And
I did.
It was, you really had a good buzz going, Grace. And
I did.
No, that actually came from me because I was in Lav's chat and I was saying,
I saw you in there, Ben, because I found her channel and you were telling her you were going to kill her dog and shit, dude.
No, what happened first is I was in her channel. She was streaming and I was like, here's the address, come meet us, over and over again. See, she lies. She's a liar. So what she wanted to seem like a miscommunication, but she overtly said, I'm not going there. And so, yeah, then I got pissed because that's rude and there's no explanation. So,
well, I knew she said she wasn't going to go into the RV. I mean, I did hear her say that, but
yes, I understand, but right. And I said, it's fine. You can put the dog in the RV. I've got heat here. And I was very, very warm and welcoming. And then she's, to drive. Can you imagine driving 15 hours to see someone? And then they just say like, I'm not going to do that. It's infuriating. It's obnoxious, and I get that we've been through this before. There's someone named Miss Hazed who is kind of an internet, like she says she's a foot prostitute, but she's a full-on prostitute. She kept saying she wanted to meet us when we were in Texas. And what they make it seem like is, oh, I got something going on or whatever. But at a certain point, you recognize they actually don't want to meet up. What they want is the attention. And I don't know, I think it's a woman thing because I've had women, send me a lot of sexual stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, this sounds like something. And then they just dip. They just want the attention. A lot of people do this on Tinder. A lot of females do this on Tinder. They like to feel, you see what I mean? Like it's weird because they feel validated that someone pays them attention. And then they get off on like
saying no.
Yeah. After the person has put themselves out there, which does cause men to be enraged. And I think rightly so. It does make you want to wring someone's neck when they do that because it really sucks. Well, but I didn't do anything. She knows I'm not going to do anything.
I mean, it just seemed like a huge clusterfuck. It's like nobody had a direct plan. They went to Hooters. Grace went to the drag bar, which was cool as shit. You couldn't stream at Hooters. Afterwards, I thought they were going to meet up with you, is what it seemed like to me. And then
I thought so.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you say because a lot of times with the Israelis and Palestinians thing, people want to say, "Oh, it's complicated. It's complicated." Sometimes it's complicated. Sometimes one party is clearly in the wrong. So she's on the road on her way to Chicago. I say the guys at Hooters have already been told they can't stream. So just go a half an hour more and meet us. And she said, I'd love, a drag brunch. That seems cool. So it wasn't like I can't deal with the you know what I mean? And so for her to choose to go there, she spent a half hour trying to park, knowing that she wasn't going to be allowed to stream there. It's just like, at a certain point, you could say confusion. At a certain point, you say, nah, it's not that. It's just, I think it just ends up being low self-esteem. Self-esteem.
I mean, I don't get many days off work. And so I was like able to flip back and forth. So her stream, your stream, Grace. And I say, Laugh seemed legitimately confused. Like, what the hell is going on? I mean, you're calling her a whore, and it just seemed like. I mean, I don't want to.
But you got to keep in mind that's after the dog thing and the whore thing. That's after we were informed, after driving 15 hours to meet her, that she wasn't meeting up with us. That's understandable to say, like, that really sucks to do to somebody.
And she was rude about it. She was rude about it.
Well, and the whole Wallow situation.
Let me just say this, and then I'll let you go. If you prefer to meet up with three guys at Hooters when you can't stream, rather than come meet me when I'm clearly by myself at drag brunch, and then it's like, okay, well, we'll wait for you. We're still waiting, and it's like, no, I'm not seeing you. It's understandable that pisses somebody off.
See,
like, that sucks to do to somebody.
Like us subscribers, we weren't there, so we didn't know like if texts, were going on and happening and things like that. But I don't know, the whole Lalo situation, I mean, it's just all fucked up. It's just like really bad. And then G Mommy, Ben, I know you like him.
Can I just say though, it just seemed to me that Lav, like, she thought it would be fun to meet the wacky Thorpes. She said, I don't think either of you are dangerous. I want to meet up with you. Then I try to meet up with her in Chicago at the drag brunch. She says, no, I'm not meeting up with you. She drives right by us. She knows the location. Not even us, like me and Dad, right? Because she's already said no Ben, even though she said Ben before. Okay, so just me. Not going to meet me. Okay, and then later on, she goes out to a bar with Lalo, and I'm like, okay, let's meet. Let's have a girls' night. I just don't want Lalo to be there. He groped me and laughed about it. Like, I don't think that's a big deal. She's like, no, you're meeting up with me and Lalo. And I'm like, okay, well, then I'm not going to go. Sorry. And then the next day, I'm like, okay, you're away from Lalo. You're checked out of your hotel. Let's meet up and have a drink. Just me and you. And she goes, no. It just seems like that's on her. You invited me out here. You invited both of us. Then you reneged on my dad. And then you reneged on me when I made myself available to you. Solo Grace, no scary Ben, 3 times over 2 days.
Well, see, we didn't know that, but it did come off as like y'all looking like the assholes, kind of. And did you actually really email Lalo's college and do all of that?
Yes.
See, here's what I want to ask you. It was a couple years ago. You claim you were at some guy's house, and he said you could sleep in his bed. And then I think, didn't it Ava come rescue you at that point?
Jeremy, actually, yes.
Jeremy. All right. Yeah. And then there was, what was the guy? Spaghetti something in Pennsylvania, and he did something to you. And
Salvo.
And now Lalo. I mean, if this shit is legitimately happening, then you probably need to stay away from guys.
That doesn't make any sense. She needs to stay away from half of the human race.
Right. But I mean, people are going to be
Maybe
afraid.
men should behave themselves, niece. Does that
Well,
ever occur to
they
you?
absolutely should, but people are going to be afraid to collab with you guys if this kind of thing.
Hold on a second.
If they're not allowed to grope her, niece, make some sense.
No.
Wait,
here.
hang on. I actually have something to say here. The reason why I did that and will continue doing that to Lalo is because I want people to know. Because people say, "Oh, Grace is a lol cow." Guys seem to think I'm like a piece of meat that they're just like, "Oh, let me get something in. I'm gonna get something out of this collab. I'm gonna get a feel. I'm gonna cop a feel. That's my payment for the collab." I want them to know that if they do that in the future, and I'm using Lalo as an example, because he should have known way better because I trusted him intimately to stay in the same RV and travel together. I want them to know I will do everything in my power to ruin your fucking life if you sexually assault me. Especially if you laugh about it later. Like, it's not okay, and I don't want guys to do this to me in the future. I've let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Sometimes guys just make a mistake. They think I'm into them and I'm not. I want them to know, like, this kind of antisocial sexual predatory behavior, not okay with me. That's not why I'm streaming. Maybe you think female streamers are whores who, like, will give it up to you. That's not what I'm doing here. Don't collab with me if you think, like, it entitles you to a grope or a feel or anything else. Fuck off. I want nothing to do with you. I don't find it validating. I find it gross. But I put up with it for the content, and I let it go. But with Lalo, it's just a step too far because I've known him for so long. He said he was sorry, and then he laughed about it and lied to other people that I was touching his little penis or whatever. So, like, yeah, I'm going to ruin his life as much as I can legally to punish him for assaulting me and anybody else who wants to do
you're not
this
going
to
to take
me.
any legal action.
No, I mean within the bounds of legality. I'm not going to do anything
No,
illegal.
you're not going to press charges in Pennsylvania.
I might.
Okay,
No, that's stupid. That's
Legitimately-
stupid. It's not worth that.
Okay, this is 100% honest. I've talked to Lalo on the phone. The kid is absolutely in love with you. He is, okay?
No, he isn't.
No,
It's
he isn't.
not
You don't-
okay.
You don't treat someone you love
It's-
like that.
It's
No.
not okay that he's autistic, okay? He's young.
No, you can't excuse it with that. No.
He's very immature. I'm not
He's not that young. He's 23 years old.
He's 22. I'm not excusing him at all, Grace. I'm just saying
You are, but that's okay.
no.
You are.
What I'm saying is stop asking him to fly out to where. Stop asking him to do things.
Oh,
I don't
I agree.
understand.
Never again in
No.
person with
But these
Lalo.
last
Never
couple of
again.
meetups, he has shown up uninvited.
When was that?
No.
He
The one
flew
with
out to
Joy,
Boston
the one with Joy,
uninvited.
I told him not to fly out. The one with Joy. So, like, he just made himself a part of that. This one, though, I did tell him to fly out. We met up with him. He went to OPC. He came back. We did the road trip. Like, 8 days in, he goes for the grope. I get it. He thinks it's his payment or something. It's not. It's not. Fuck off.
Okay.
Ava's here, by the way. Ava,
I'm gonna
if
let-
you wanna-
Ava,
Okay, so,
I'm gonna let Ava take over. I'm gonna drop
no,
down.
You can stay. I just had a quick thing
Okay.
to ask. So okay, you're accusing Alalo of SA, and you were saying that you're so angry to be around him, you can't even trust yourself to not get physical with him. And then the next day, you go around him, and I could see that you were uncomfortable with it. But then, and at one point, you were even telling him to leave, but then Ben kept telling you to chill. And it looked like it was Ben that
Not
was encouraging
really.
you to keep him around, because you guys could have left. You could have set the boundary, but it looked like your dad is continually the one that kind of pushes you to be in these situations with these weird, creepy guys.
No, he was fine when I kicked Lalo out of the RV. I didn't want to ruin the content by saying I can't be around this guy. We were in public places. I just ignored
And
him.
who
But I
was
didn't want
making
you
you
to
think
hit
that
him.
you were going to ruin the content? If
I didn't want you to hit him.
genuinely got
And
sexually
also, wait, yeah,
assaulted.
Let me say this. He didn't want me to hit him, so he was just trying to de-escalate, which is reasonable, and nothing crazy happened, so.
But wouldn't your dad like step up and stand up for you and tell Lalo to get the fuck out of there? Like if he was a good dad and you got genuinely sexually assaulted and he actually believed that?
I think he thinks Lalo
Like you
is a
keep
sex
saying?
pest. Lalo is a sex pest, and he was totally understanding and supportive of me saying, like, I don't really want to be around this guy. It's not that I was
But
afraid
he
of
wasn't
him.
though. He
Yes,
kept
he
telling
was.
you to like chill out.
Yeah, because he didn't want me to get
instances.
violent. He didn't want me to get violent, which I appreciate.
Yeah, but why wouldn't he tell Lalo to fuck off, and why wouldn't he make sure that Lalo is not around, or you guys leave?
I can handle myself. He was fine with me kicking Lalo out. He just wanted to de-escalate when we were in person, so that nothing crazy happened, which is totally reasonable.
Wouldn't a good
and
dad like stand up for you and like, I don't know, like talk to Lalo and like in person?
He tried many times. He tried many times to have a struggle session. He tried calling Lalo on the phone, in the tavern multiple times, in the RV. Lalo wasn't dealing with it. He was not dealing with it. He wasn't going to talk. He was just going to insert himself into our group in a public place where we couldn't really get rid of him except to ruin the content.
You though. Or you didn't have to let him insert himself, though. You guys could have
Yes, I could have just left, but that would have ruined the content. So I made a compromise for the content. And then you kept on hanging out with him the entire day when it was just you and him and G-Mommy. Again, I ignored him the entire time. There's nothing I can really do about it. We foisted him off on G-Mommy. It is what it is. There definitely was stuff you could have done about it, but more so stuff that Ben could have done about it. I mean, Ben was saying that he was going to make the snow red with Lalo's blood and threatening all this physical stuff. And then when it came like time to actually see each other in person, he did absolutely nothing like that. Yes, because that would be stupid to catch an assault charge. So then why did he threaten it? Because he was really angry at what Lalo said, which was what Lalo was trying to do. He was trying to bait us to do something stupid so that he could press charges, etc. Or whatever, so that he could fulfill his humiliation. He wasn't even baiting at all. You guys are the one that brought that up. And yes, he was. He was in person with me. He was in person with me. I was ignoring him. I told him I don't want to see you. He insisted on being there. Whatever. I'm not going to do anything.
Ava, can I ask you a question? Do you believe that men should engage in violence to prove something?
I don't, but that's what you threatened. That's what you brought up on that phone call.
Okay,
You're
so
the one that started talking about violence.
So do you think, yes, do you think that sometimes men express anger in terms of violence, but that they should think
but if
better
you're
of
going to
it?
be all talk like that, it makes you look like a massive, massive pussy when you show up in person and you do absolutely nothing. And you're just
No,
like,
it doesn't.
Be nice to Lalo.
No,
After
it
your
doesn't.
daughter got sexually assaulted, dude.
No, it doesn't. It's something called maturity. It's something called maturity. It's something called maturity. You don't have it. If you feel sexual, like for example with Darius, remember with Darius,
it's mature to make your daughter hang out with their sexual abuse.
Remember with Darius that like you hung out with him a little bit and then you had sex with him.
Here you go.
Remember that?
You feel like you're losing right now, so you're not going to actually.
I can. You can ask questions, but I can't ask questions.
You're going to try and pivot. And
do you remember when you had sex with him? Did you remember you had sex with him right away?
Hang on. Ava. You're not going to let him talk? All right, what are we going to do here? More BDSM? Yes, remove the mic or what?
I'm not going to do this if you guys are just going to start bringing up random shit because you're mad that I'm making good points. Like, I'm not going to do that.
So you can ask questions of us, but we can't ask questions of you.
Well, why can't you stay on topic?
So how about this?
Why can't you actually engage with my argument?
Fuck off, Banner, fuck off.
Okay, bye.
Bye, loser, whore. Banner from the channel.
Mods? Niece, you're still here.
Okay.
That's not how it works. This is how Lab operates as well.
Okay, I'm going to jump down after this. All I want to say is, are you going to just cut Lalo off now and stop engaging with him altogether after this? Because it'll look really bad on you if you invite him to more collabs.
He's welcome to come on panel, for example, and talk.
Well, yeah, I don't mean that. I'm talking about meeting up and stuff. Because
in person, no, never again.
I mean, he really does care for you, Grace, and he
doesn't.
Awkward. He has a bad way of showing
Can I ask you a question since you've talked with Lalo?
Yes.
Do you really think that he is definitely a heterosexual man?
I do.
Okay. Well, I
do not think
a lot of gay men.
I actually have several gay family members,
and you don't think Lalo has issues in that department?
I don't think he does at all, and I don't understand why you keep pushing that, Ben. And you always want to go to gay bars when Lalo's around. I don't think Lalo's gay at all. I actually do not. Do you really believe that?
do you really well, but you would acknowledge that almost no one agrees with you who's ever encountered Lalo.
Well,
Which is why I'll like this, which is why like I'm not that concerned about him. I wasn't that concerned about him with Grace because I think he's just trying to tell himself he's heterosexual. I just legitimately believe he has. I don't really believe anyone's like gay through and through, but like he has serious same-sex attraction issues. He doesn't. He's not.
Give me an example of what same sex have you seen him have attraction to?
Okay, I'll give you an example.
G-mommy last night.
I'll give you an example. After he got punched by Adam, he said, "I don't mind getting punched. I just want to get punched by a well put together man." Now, do you think a heterosexual man would say that?
No, I just don't think Lalo could take a punch from anyone actually very well.
No, but that's what he said.
Yeah. I know, honestly, I know people say it all the time. Lalo's gay. That's the.
All right, let me try another one on you, niece.
I don't
do you think that Lalo enjoys being humiliated publicly?
He must, or he wouldn't keep doing the same thing. That's called insanity, right?
Yes,
right, but it's not really masculine behavior to be humiliated publicly and enjoy it. Wouldn't you say? Like that's kind of the opposite of what
I honestly don't understand why he lets himself keep getting humiliated, because I'll text him and tell him, get the fuck out of there. What are you doing?
Niece, I'll tell you something. The reason he was being so rude and laughing about the groping and all that is because he wanted me, or I really think my dad, to hurt him physically. I think that's like literally his thing.
Yeah, he begs.
But the thing is, like, he was walking around me, right? So, like,
I got on him for that too. I did. I was like, stop saying shit to her. Stop it.
Yeah, he was in front of me and he was like, he was muttering to his stream so I could hear, like, fat bitch. She started it and then she didn't.
I heard him.
Or something. And I was like, that makes me want to hurt you. I wish you would get away from me. But I'm not going to do anything because I don't want to fulfill your fetish. That's not what I'm here for.
Can you imagine?
Baited by that.
You say I'm rough on Lalo. Can you imagine how most men would react? Okay, like
no, Ben, I didn't say you were rough on him. I'm just like, the gay thing goes on and on and on, and you know, I just think I think he's very awkward, and he really wants to be around Grace at all costs for some reason. Anytime she says jump, he jumps, and he needs to stop doing that.
Yeah, I think that actually his obsession is with me, not with Grace.
I'm adding Chungus and the Raven King.
But
you guys wanted to add
I get
something.
that he can try to convince you that that's
no,
not
he
true.
doesn't try to convince me. This is just from my observation. I mean,
Niece, do you know, niece? Do you know that he has screenshotted every email you guys have sent to each other and sent them to me and sent me the pictures of the friends you showed him?
He told me. I know he did. He told me.
Okay. And he sent me the pictures of your friends, and he was like, "I'm gonna smash."
Yes, these are my friends in Arizona.
Right.
He's not going to smash. These are girls that I'm going to introduce him to New Year's. You know.
Okay, well, enjoy
he's
that.
trying too hard not to be gay or not to seem gay. He's gay.
He's not gay. He's sexually weird. That's why he does aggressive things with women.
He has issues.
Prove that he's not
hold
gay.
on though. I just want to say one thing now that Niece has stopped talking. I know I didn't want to get in the middle of that. The reality is, Grace and Ben, how the fuck did you end up here? How did you actually end up in this situation where this is really like a regular problem? You know, as a normal person, if I saw this happen to somebody, you know, in my community or something like that, it would be a big deal. But this seems to be a repeat event. You're just exposing yourself to bad situations over and over again.
Well, the problem problem is, like, in streaming, really nice, normal people are boring, you know?
Right. So why? I mean, streaming is dying, frankly. In 10 years, I don't expect anybody to be streaming.
No, that's not. I don't think that's true at all.
everybody that's big is getting in trouble for some illegal deal they did.
Yeah. That's what we're trying to. We're trying to create a more sophisticated form of
they're
live
just trying to
streaming.
be more degenerate than the last guy to make more money. Like it's not
Yes.
gonna last.
Yeah,
Are
that
you
won't
saying
last. That won't last. But
wait, hang on. Let him respond.
people doing something more sophisticated. It's just like it's the way entertainment happens, right? First, you get the circus freak, the circus show, right? Then the circus evolves into something, Barnum and Bailey,
Wait a
and then
second.
it evolves into like
somebody
art.
has crazy feedback. Who is that? Testing. Hello, testing. I think it's you, Chungus. Wait, let me put Raven back up.
Sorry, I should mic.
Testing. Back. Okay, yeah. It's you, Chungus. You gotta mute when you're not talking or something.
Yep, doing it.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm going to drop down, guys.
All right. Bye, niece.
Nice
All
to
right.
talk to you, niece.
Yeah.
Bye, Ben. Bye, Grace.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Grace-
What were you saying? I cut you off because the feedback was just too crazy. You were saying it's like a circus?
I just think I agree with you that a certain type of streaming is going to die out. And if that's all streaming is, it's like stupid shit, get the cops called, sex and violence, then people are going to get bored of it. But you can look back, we interact with Boogie2988, right? If you look back, his biggest thing is, I'm a fat guy falling into a pool, right? Like that gets old. So you have to, every art form is going to become more sophisticated with time because people want more. And so we're trying to ride the edge of that nonsense, but avoid the real stupidity and try to develop more lasting relationships, more interesting. And G Mommy's an interesting case because G Mommy is actually a really nice guy who acts completely crazy. So
I saw G Mommy pass out on one of his streams in, I guess, what was maybe a Xanax incident, and he basically just laid on the floor until whoever his overlord is decided to end the stream. I don't believe that it converges on a reasonable outcome. I believe
he doesn't do that stuff anymore.
I'm not talking.
He's
no.
learned
This was like 3 weeks ago. In his new streaming hotel or whatever the fuck he's doing. I don't know if the VOD exists, but it happened. He was screaming on the floor, just doing all this retarded shit, just acting like he didn't understand what time was.
Yeah.
There was no communication, so it was clear he was on something.
I think a lot of it is genuinely it's his personality on stream. We were with him. He wasn't doing any drugs at all.
Well, that might be true. I mean, he might not. He might be able to. But that incident was probably one of the more I almost had to consider reaching out to. It did not seem he was okay. But
he's definitely a bigger risk taker than we are. He will kind of over-engage with people on the street, and sometimes he gets. They will react. I think that borders on rude behavior, public behavior. Most of the time, though, he plays it right. But it's
the bigger
antics.
Question, though. I don't mean to interrupt. I just know that every time I mute to get ready, it's going to cause feedback. So I'm trying not to do that. The real question is, how do you see that you both are carving out a niche that is not in the same space of absurdity? Because frankly, I'm not an expert on any Thorpe lore or anything like that. But have
you ever seen us hit it? Have you ever seen us hit anyone?
No, but it still ends up being just as absurd, in a way that.
Well, have either of us engaged in sexual activity with other streamers or randos?
I mean, I don't know.
Not on
Maybe,
video.
right?
Not that you could say. You could have suspicions about all kinds of things, but we don't use that for content.
Some of us wanted you to hit people, and you never did. You disappointed us a bit.
Well, as a streamer, you Kick is super anti hitting. So if hitting occurs, okay, but you're not supposed to use it for. I mean, we're trying to have a career here, so it's really stupid to do that.
Yeah.
And I agree with Kick on that, because it is easy, cheap content to punch someone in the face. I could obviously and punched Lalo in the face, but number one, like, number two, it's like it's too easy. Guy, like sheer size. Okay, he gets a bloody nose, and makes the snow red. It's not like that's not what I want to do with my life.
Yeah.
But I get that people would say, "Oh, that's a good way to go viral." I mean, I agree with you that there's only so many times you could see that before it's like, okay, well, it's just boring.
It just would have been enjoyable, whether it went viral or not. It just would have been fun for some of us to see.
Of course, I would have been super happy if it was a sanctioned boxing match. We put on gloves. I would have been happy to knock him out in the ring, but he's never going to do that. So why bother?
I don't see how that would ever materialize. I don't think it's worth it.
I've had like 10 people say, let's do that. And then they all say, like, you got to give me $10,000 or whatever. I do it.
Money, and there's no money in what's happening right now.
I do it, but like, I don't really think it proves much of anything, and B, they're never going to do it. So they'll always make a million exceptions. And even with Lalo, as soon as he said that, he started walking it back. Hey, bro, let's be bros. Like, whatever. I don't think that's the direction that we should be headed in. But as far as shit talking, I have no problem with shit talking. Grace's shit talking of Lalo was epic. It made Kino Casino.
They liked the snow comment.
And he can try to shit talk back, but that's fine. I think that's what should be where it ends. I don't like the police I think it's
so where is all of this going is the big question.
I don't know. I think we're moving up into like more mature collaborators. And I think if those collaborators are like, I won't collaborate them because I want to do illegal
I would not
stuff
agree
with them.
that. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't. I just would.
G-Mommy is a step above.
I don't believe that at all.
Lalo. He's a step above Lalo. Absolutely.
He's above Lalo. Maybe. Yeah. Well, definitely. Yeah. Maybe. Well, actually, we don't really know, but maybe. But G-Mommy is nothing. He's not making money. He can't even pay for his total car.
No, G-Mommy makes money, and he has been streaming for 4 years. He's in a bit of a lull right now, but at least he's like.
Why are we doing? See, that's coping. I hate to say it, and it sounds mean, but I'm not like you can't.
Well, Lav's higher quality than like Ava or Ruby, even though nothing really materialized.
I've never heard of those people. I don't know who those people are. I would.
Well, I mean, we got boxed out. We got blackballed out of like mainstream people, so you got to start where you start. It's okay. We'll do it.
But if you already try, like if you got blackballed out of mainstream people, wouldn't that tell? I mean, yeah, you could keep pushing and pushing and push. I get it. Like sometimes it takes a couple tries, but at this point, it's like I just don't see like it's not attracting like a steady enough viewership. I mean, and I say this strictly out of like concern.
No, that's not true. The viewership is higher.
I mean, it depends what you mean is successful. But we've made more money, we get more viewers than we ever had before. So I don't know.
I mean,
what's the alternative?
I guess it's fair in the set, but I don't think it's for the reasons you wish it were for.
Who are the biggest douchebag streamers that you could collaborate with and make a ton of money?
IRL would be like Sam Pepper,
Action Man,
Ice Poseidon.
True, Damius. The content is the Thorpes interacting with people. It doesn't matter who interacting with Venus got views and she has no clout. That is true.
Yeah, the like it's actual random people on the street, even like homeless people or people on the fringes, are usually way better content than other streamers. We're not really looking to climb the streamer ladder, but to create another ladder, which is more difficult to do. It's obviously more difficult to do, but I think people see the vision that it's, and bringing like things like religion and intellectual content into it a bit is a little bit higher level than just, I'm going to get drunk and see what happens in my RV. Like that's retarded.
I honestly, if I had to be honest, I would say this is like a cult situation where you have a cult following of people, not in like a true, but like the cult following way, where it's like, like
Yeah, I don't
sure,
know.
like
Yeah,
a lot of
dedicated
innovative
followers, yeah.
a lot of innovative artists like the Velvet Underground, who are universally considered to be one of the best bands of all time, had a very small niche following. Many artists who are doing something unusual have a small dedicated following. We're fine with that. We're not looking
But
to be
how would you?
Yeah.
I did wait. Can I just say this?
Baruti
Baruti brings up a good point, which is somewhat valid. Shitting on Lav was a great way to get into Ice Poseidon's good graces.
That's
It is
true.
kind of stupid for me as a kick streamer to be like buddies with Lav when she like totally destroyed her and Goon's relationship with Ice Poseidon, so much so that he like wanted to get them off kick. Like, I don't think he really cares, but like it's certainly not a negative.
Yeah, you could say we didn't really interact with Lav, but we got her to like have a date with a gay dude for hours on end, and then drive home and pretend to be a victim. She took a hard L. No one really is on her side. So
I never saw any of that on Twitter, and I'm pretty like deep in the community. Like I was in the Hunger Games, and like I just. So
What do you mean you were in the
Hunger
Hunger Games? What do you mean you were on stream?
Yeah. Like I was.
You're a
I was
streamer?
one of the contestants. No, I'm not. No, I did that one thing, and then I was like, you know what? This sucks.
that's Ice Poseidon.
Yeah,
Ice Poseidon. Yeah.
Yeah, I like what Ice Poseidon does. I think it tends to be a little dude oriented in the sense that it's like trying to make you try to make a city into a video game, and you get the little markers. I think like that his following is almost all guys that are young, so like that's a certain niche, and they like that kind of antic stuff. It's kind of like Mr. Beastie, but I think there's other areas to explore, like more relationships, more a little bit intellectual, longer term than just like let's put 4 guys in a room, strip them bare, and then like see how long they can last. Like that's interesting. I have no problem with that.
Well,
But
to be fair, you guys, like months ago, I was on your show, and all I did was make fart noises. And Ben called me a genius after somebody paid to kick me off. He was like, "That guy's a genius," and that was mere months ago. And now you're moving in a direction of being more serious. So, yeah,
but I don't think art has to be serious. It's creative. It's not just you didn't just come on and go, you fucking suck, you rape your daughter, you're a pedo. You know what I mean? Like, and I go, no, you suck. I mean, that's kind of like what drama is. It can be a little more. Yeah, we occasionally have people who. My thing with Lav is quite talented. She's got I think a really interesting personality. She's capable of talking intellectually. She's very pretty. She can be very charming, but she has to, think more of herself than just sex and violence. Because all she did is try to instigate violence between Lalo and me, which sucks. And then, she kind of shakes her ass a little bit, but she doesn't want to have like an actual interaction, because I think she has low self-esteem, which is why she does porn with her husband. Quote husband,
what? No, she's got low self-esteem plus actually being the biggest asshole. Like, I don't understand how she can say the things she does.
Well, she can be very charming, which means like if she didn't want to be an asshole, but she just thinks she makes it works out better for her to be an asshole, and hopefully she'll learn that that's actually not true.
She's actually I think she's a psychopath. Some of the stuff she says is just like, if you had any self filter, any type of filter at all, you would not say the things she says and the way she says it. It's just it's not practical.
I mean, I just think Lav has more to her than like someone like Ava or Ruby, and even they have more to.
Oh yeah, she's crazier. She is like a definitional BPD psychopath.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have the sense that she's also has a certain level of maturity. I don't know. I think she has potential, but yeah, like she's gonna have to learn how to behave herself.
Ben and Grace,
she's DSM-5 as far as I'm concerned. But anyway,
she would admit that herself.
Ben and Grace, what do you think of Jack Talcott? Do you think he could do live streams and be
I
successful?
love Jack Talcott.
We love Jack, Thorpe therapist. Jack
I was just
Talcott.
watching his stream right now. Yeah, we
You're
want to
just-
get Adam. He did a great intervention with Adam, who's currently in the hospital. And I think he makes a great kind of father figure for a lot of young men.
But Jack said that he would
wait, can I just
Does
read?
he have some screws loose? Maybe, but you know.
I want to read this chat from Virginia just to prove how insane she is. Lav won at everything Grace failed at. She had a music career. She slept with Destiny. She got married, and she still did porn.
None of that is winning.
Winner.
I mean, the music thing, sure, but the rest of it?
I've
Well, she
never
doesn't
heard
have a
of Lav
successful
as a
music
musician
career.
at all.
She didn't have a successful. She burgeoned in. Like Billie Eilish said, she liked one of her songs. That is like genuinely some clout.
She's talented. I
But-
have no problem saying that, but you have to be mature enough that you can utilize your talents.
Guess who's here? RD hacking it in. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't think we have much to argue about. I was had a couple thoughts. One, whenever I saw when Lav hung out with Lalo, I felt like she was doing kind of like a power move on you guys. Like
Yeah.
as if to be like, look, I can get the simp to follow me around. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if you
It's
agree,
the
but-
sloppy seconds thing. It's why Ruby had sex with Dalmatian. It's like a weird kind of flex to say like, yeah, but all you end up with is saying like, okay, you manipulated Lalo.
Right,
So
right,
what?
right.
It's not much of a flex.
It
I
was
don't
weird.
really know what the point is, why we have to flex, why there has to be so much competition.
Well, I mean, I guess
She can succeed, we can succeed. I
Well,
thought
that's my
her
point, 'cause why are
I
we
thought
talking
her-
about this at all?
I thought her IRL with Lala was, it was kind of funny. I don't know what the problem was with it was. I thought it was a good. She said she hasn't had a lot of experience. He's an easy like entry point because he'll pay all the bills. He won't really do anything, and you can play this kind of personality game with him. So and it's like OPC Don too. He interacted with Lalo. He's not a guy who's ever really done an IRL stream without us, kind of supporting it. So I'm glad to see people like that collabing. I don't know why Lav feels like a victim.
Well, she might. I
Is
guess
Lalo-
whenever
is he-
you
Hang on
get-
one second, folks. I am going to switch over to my data really quickly because I got to turn the car on. I don't want the Wi-Fi to cut.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. This whole thing's just insane, though, in its own way.
Yeah, I mean it is crazy. I mean
Why do we care so much about these dumb people? Lalo's
You
never
do.
going to be anybody.
It
None of these
shows you
people are
do.
ever going to be anybody.
Well, I mean, it's all relative. I mean, one thing is they get plenty of money. The donators that will give them.
There we
the
go.
money
Well,
to live.
the more
Lav is an
absurd you
interesting
are,
person.
the crazier.
I
you
think
are, the more
Destiny's
money
an
you
interesting person. I just think,
He's
whatever.
weird.
Like a lot of people,
He's weird.
like a lot of people end up on the internet who aren't like mainstream like celebrities are going to be more unusual, but
Do you have the key?
I find them interesting. I think there's room for all of us to succeed. I'm not sure why
Yeah.
everything has to be WL on the internet, but
It's
Well, I'm
stupid.
sure-
Well, I think it's more of a factor of like, is this really imagine some, lonely, sad child on the internet comes across this and then gets really, really involved in you guys' lives,
That's
and then
you.
ends up. No. Well, actually, anyway, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I
no,
know.
I don't think it's a bad
If I
thing.
didn't know about it.
People
Isn't that
will
what
identify.
streaming
So
is?
someone might say, this guy is a dad who's different than my dad, or a lot like my dad, and so they might like. Yeah, that's why reality
that's the
TV
thing.
is interesting.
I didn't search for you guys. Like I found you guys through other means,
You're
and
echoing.
it's you guys are the weirdest like combine of things that I've ever actually come across. It's interesting, but it's not healthy.
It's not
You're
healthy
not
for you to watch us. That might be true.
No, but well, actually, it's not healthy for
Echo.
what you guys
There's an
are.
echo.
It's also,
You got an echo.
yeah, not healthy for me to watch.
Well,
Yeah,
I
guess,
think
in a way.
like for example, Grace's thing with Lalo. I think a lot of young women experience these kind of experiences where Zoomer guys are kind of gropey and have a lot of issues. You know, I'm trying to encourage her to stand up for herself and not go the route that a lot of Zoomer, especially internet people, do, is like, I'm just going to drink or smoke weed or whatever and not stand up for myself and just be kind of like a victim. It's like, I think it's interesting, you know, in many ways, the internet is like the epitome of all society's problems. Like the people with the most
That's
problems
fair.
are on the internet.
Grace should stand up, but is Lalo, is he an incel? Like, does he grope women because he's desperate and insecure and he's awkward? Is that
I was
what
trying
it
to figure out what Grace has this idea that, and it is plausible that like what he was really looking for is to get clocked by me, because I mean, you'd have to say like if I was, I'm not like I'm like super tolerant, and I don't see him as like a sexual predator because
Well, right
I
when
don't.
he did what he did, was there a party that wanted to throw him off the the RV like immediately? Like
Well, so I wasn't aware of it.
right,
Where
right
did
when
he
you found
grope
him.
you, Grace? Where did he grab you?
Inner thigh.
Inner thigh.
I mean, to tell you the truth,
Shit.
Lalo wouldn't grab a girl by the pussy because I think he's afraid of like female genitalia. Like,
Right,
so
but like
He thinks the
when
pussy would
Grace
bite
said,
him.
hey, this happened or whatever on stream, is there a party that was like, I want to get him out of here. He needs to get the fuck out of here, or did you
yeah,
just right?
yeah. But I also was like with our with him in particular, like I could see like a guy, like first of all, I would mostly advise like young people who are single not to sleep together in the same bed. I would have just, if it was like a guy who I thought was like a normal hetero, like with Darius, he's not a normal heterosexual, but I think he's more like clearly heterosexual. When they were hanging out together, I personally said like, I think you guys should sleep in a different place tonight, because even though I know you're just streaming and it's a bit, like guys have a strong sex drive. With Lalo, it's kind of more like, I want to help him. I'm not afraid he's going to like, I mean, the more the thing is that pissed me off is like, you know, you couldn't let Grace get some sleep. You know what I mean?
It was truly
it's a pest thing more than a like predator thing.
No, it's not. It's sexual assault.
Yeah, but it's like borderline. I don't think it like, even if maybe technically
it's really not though. Like Grace said no and she was asleep. And
I mean, to me, it's Grace. Well, I don't know if she's around, but did you
I'm
feel
listening. I'm here.
comfortable? Did you feel comfortable with him going to Chicago? Like after that, I mean, to me, I
Well,
thought,
it's
man, you
because
should
we
leave.
talked. Look, we talked about it, and he said he was sorry, and he said I wanted to go to Chicago for the collab.
it's just hard to understand.
And
The
we
whole thing is
slept
just
in
hard to
different rooms
understand.
after that, so
It's just more like antisocial than it is like sexual.
I think I understand what happened now that I know the details. I think that Lala was reaching between Grace's legs to feel if she had a penis because he wants a penis. I don't think he was trying to hit
Essentially,
on the
that's
girl.
true. Essentially, I think
Yeah.
that's true.
I think he
Okay.
was like, does she have a penis that you want the penis?
what
Will
a
Lalo
fucking coke. Holy shit.
Will Lalo return? Like, here's the real question: is he going to be back here in like a month in Rhode Island?
I think the thing about that is like, because if he had like totally
Subject,
apologized and explained or whatever, but he didn't. So then it would be our fault if we put ourselves in that situation again. And then it's just boring content to do the same thing. But it's significantly different this time than before. Before he had like grabbed her thigh, she was awake and she just shooed it away. But this is like Bill Cosby territory, like where someone's asleep and you don't
Do you
even
understand
say
how
like
absurd this sounds?
He's a short Mexican Bill Cosby, is what you're saying.
what do you mean? How absurd?
This is just,
people do
why
that.
would you let this man back in the first place? If he tried to,
That's
this
a good
makes no
question.
sense.
Well, I don't. I do. If he was just like, if it's just like, okay, a young man is horny, then maybe it was our fault to have him in that situation. I can
Yeah, and
see
so
that.
don't do it again.
Well, I can see that, but in his case, that's not really, I think, what
That
went
guy's
on.
upset.
I think he does this like hetero behavior because he like thinks he should do it.
Well, your theory really worked out well. It ended up in more sexual assault, so I'm glad that
Well,
at
I
least
mean,
you did the
it's not
right
like
thing.
Grace is like traumatized by those events. It's just it's annoying. You know what I mean?
No,
I
but
don't.
now you have somebody who like does this shit. Maybe he would never have done it. I don't know.
Well, hopefully you'll learn a lesson.
Right.
I think people can learn
Are you-
Well, then
lessons.
then you should
blaming
probably
Grace? What are you
file a
talking
police
about?
report for him to learn a lesson. Right now, he's
Well, I
still
think it's
walking
enough.
free.
It's enough that like it's going to follow him. I don't really think the police need to be involved on that level. Certainly if he had gone like further, I would have had no
Listen,
problem.
Listen. I contacted his school. They replied to me.
Wait,
He has.
wait. There is a funny thing. She sent a letter to the college Republicans
Yes.
to let them know he got the letter
He
because
did.
he's the president of the college
Oh.
Republicans.
But I sent a real one to the University of Arizona contact page. They responded to me, and he's having an employee review today at his job. So I feel pretty happy. You know, steps are being taken.
And it would be a different thing if he said, "Look, you know, I was out of line. I was horny." I think we would have said, "Okay." So then, all we'll say is, in the future, we won't, have you guys in proximity with each other, and then I wouldn't have a real problem meeting up with them. But this kind of like lying about it,
I can
flexing
guarantee
sexual
in less than 6
assault.
months, the exact same situation is going to happen again.
Everybody said that with us and Ruby too, but like we haven't met with Ruby.
Okay, so you're saying there isn't a person like what percent?
Uh-oh.
Your
Did he
audio
cut
cut
out or
out.
did no, RD, your audio
I can
cut
hear
out.
you,
You
Grace.
cut out.
If he was to make a sincere apology, I think we could meet up with him. But I don't think the idea of sleeping in the same room would ever happen again, or at least in the same bed. But I don't think that people have to like go scorched earth with someone who acts immature at age 22.
I think
don't-
he wanted Grace to knee him in the balls. That's his fetish. He grabs.
Yeah, I
girls
think so.
and tries to
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too.
Sponge said
It's like antisocial. It's like when my buddy Craig put his finger down at Grace's ass crack. He wanted to get punched in the face. I don't really think you get any sexual gratification, but it is weird, I think, for Grace and also for me to understand why a male would make sexual advances with no actual hope of having sexual activity. Like we just don't really understand that. But it is a good lesson to learn.
Hey, hold
I
on
think
one
he
second.
was-
1 second. Hold on. King, I see you backstage, but your device is not connected, so I can't add you to the stage. Also, Sponge says, Grace, there's only 2 members of the college Republicans, including him and some twink called Nicholas. I did realize that. There's actually only 2 members. That's not a club. He's the president, and there's one other guy. Like, you can look it up.
His partner.
Don't you think that like
That's his partner, his gay partner.
Lalo's obsession is kind of unhealthy with Grace? Like, wouldn't you say?
I want to
Yeah,
know why these 2 guys on panel though. Why are these 2 matzo ball supers, these Jewish guys on here, so emotionally invested in the whole Lalo Grace thing? Like,
No,
these
I like
two
what
guys-
That's what we cultivate. We're
I
here
like what
for it.
I like what RD is saying, and I do like sincerely, RD, like retract that. Like you're in the same group as those other like purely malicious people. I do think maybe you misread things, which you're, we can leave that behind. But I do think your analysis is more sophisticated. I saw when Grace did her thing with Venus, you were like, oh yeah, that's cool, and I do think you're more sophisticated analyst than these people who would just say like, oh, that that's gay or whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean,
But-
I don't. I don't think don't want Grace to get groped or assaulted or whatever. Yeah, that's awful.
But don't you think also, like, you've been around, you've talked about, I'm not bringing up you've talked about, like, you had an experience with a woman that was confusing. You didn't want to go to the cops about it, but it was kind of crazy. But like, that's part of life. I think it's good to have experiences that aren't, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're like, let's say, like, if I quote protect her from any of that stuff at age 23, that's ridiculous. I mean, if it was
Right.
a 14-year-old,
But-
yeah, I'm not gonna have her sleeping next to a guy. But like, she should be able to navigate those things
Let her when she's 50.
herself.
Cut her loose
So that-
when she's 50. Let her.
So if
let her
Grace
make
had
her
said,
Can
like,
I
hey,
just-
Lalo is off, that's it, he's off the RV, you would have respected that.
We basically said, like, okay, from here on, we there's a lot of tension. He understood there was tension. It was very awkward. And so I was hoping we could, like, have a sit down and just go through it. Because I still, till now, don't really understand. And I don't think he understands what it was that he was doing there. Because
He's awkward.
I understand, like, a guy on the make, right? Like a guy who's just horny, who wants to have sex. Like, I do think that happens. And I think that people who put themselves in that situation should be like, okay, like, I get it. So males get a little bit horny. I don't really think that explains the Lalo situation. I think
He
it more
didn't
has
get
to do with, like,
freaked
the fact that I was there.
So I just
And-
want to say this one thing, and then I'm going to get off because Ben, you're good at this. You're very good at changing the way you're very good at spinning a tale that that makes light of certain things in certain ways so that people gloss over details. And I have to say that's very good. But the reality is, what the fuck are you guys doing, and why the fuck do you keep doing it? And just take a holistic a look at what's the reality, and it's absurd, and that's really all I have to say. Have a good night.
So do you
everybody.
think that there's
Hi,
like
man.
healthy, I guess this guy would think there's healthy streaming and there's unhealthy streaming? I mean, it's all the same to me. It's all just people showing their lives to the world.
Yeah,
And it can be
I think what people like about streaming,
fucked
as
up.
opposed to, like,
but it's all kind of fucked up.
I think the difference between streaming and, like, a movie is the movie gets to orchestrate everything, and people like to see reality. That's why reality TV was so big, because, to some extent it's highly edited, but live streaming, it's totally unedited. And so, if people, I think I think it's interesting to
We
watch
want the
people who are
unedited.
interesting.
We want the unedited. Somebody said in the chat, this guy's too cool and doesn't watch the show. I've been on here before, fucker. I've been on this show a few times. How do you know that I don't watch the show? I do watch. And this isn't a health stream. We're not here to watch people eating healthy fucking raw vegetables and shit. This isn't a health stream. So what do they expect?
Well, I mean, we meet
right, it's a
normies
trainer.
sometimes. Normies are pretty boring generally. Sometimes they have, like, some kind of crazy thing that can get revealed, but
That
I mean,
was
it depends what you say is healthy. I mean, G Mommy was like, okay, all these streamers are doing meth and Adderall and cocaine, like.
We get John Malkovich watches the Thorpes.
I do.
Yeah, he does sound like
I'm
that
a regular fan.
a lot.
But I mean, that's what, I assume that's part of why people made documentaries about you guys, because you revealed things that I don't think anybody would usually reveal on a stream.
Yeah, at the beginning there was a
abusive
lot of
stuff.
yeah.
Oh, by the way, wait, can I just say this? I don't have any gag order. So, RD, you know about this, right? Just a little segue for a minute.
Uh-huh.
You know how I pay the rent for the storage unit housing my parents' marital property, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't sell that property without risk of being sued because it's not my property. And I also can't get rid of it and stop paying the rent on that storage unit because I run the risk of being sued. But I also don't want to keep paying for a storage unit that's full of property that I can't sell or get rid of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I filed a motion with the court, which will be heard on December 5th, saying it was like a motion as a third party because the judge said I could be allowed in as a third party. Motion to disperse and reimburse for storage unit. Okay, so it's for me, and I'm like, I've been renting this from this period to this period. I paid this much money. I'm paying every month. I don't want to own this. Can the judge decide whether one or both parents should take over the lease or take the stuff they want? And like somehow we need this to be over, right? And I also requested reimbursement from both of them for all of that storage unit time, which I don't know what the judge will say to that. That might be a separate lawsuit. The judge might grant it. I don't know. My mother's attorney emailed me this morning with a motion to strike my motion. No explanation, just a motion to strike and object to my motion completely. That's it. She doesn't like my motion included like if one of the parents wants this property, they can take it. I just want the judge to decide who gets the property, can it get out of my hair so that I stop paying for this unit because I'm legally responsible for property that isn't mine. And I get from her attorney, motion to strike.
Yeah, I don't. Well, so does that mean you guys are gonna have to fight it out in court?
I can't talk about it.
Why would my mother motion to strike my motion?
I don't know.
Does she want me to keep paying for a storage unit full of her property? Because I asked her the last time before I filed the motion, I asked her and her attorney outside of the courthouse. I said to them, I said, do you have property in that storage unit? To her attorney and to her, do you have property in that storage unit you want to get? Please, you need to tell me so you can get it out of there so I can stop paying for the rent. The attorney goes, we'll let you know. I haven't heard a single thing. So I filed the motion. You can't keep doing this to me. And then I get just a motion to strike. There's not even any reason for it, which is crazy, which is why I don't think it's going to get struck. Right. It just says Courtney Thorpe moves to strike and object to Grace Thorpe's motion for direction and reimbursement regarding storage unit containing marital property.
Well, the judge will have to work it out.
I mean, what the fuck? Do you not want your marital property to be dispersed? Well, what is your problem?
She doesn't want it.
You won't talk about it with me outside of court, and now you're filing a motion to strike my motion to discuss it in court. What is wrong with you?
She's trying to punish you to make you pay for shit that you don't want to pay for.
I agree.
Well,
that's clearly just like, I don't think it's going to stick, but like that is clearly just trying to get me to keep paying for stuff that isn't mine.
Are you under any gag order? Are you allowed to disclose the contents? Like, could you say it's full of suitcases of dildos and sex toys and shit and shame her somehow?
Full of junk. I think it's full of
That's
junk.
what I would do. I would shame her.
It's full of tools, furniture.
The stuff is worth a lot.
Property. I don't know. Alumapole.
Some of it is garbage.
I mean, without getting into all of the stuff I've talked about before, like it is interesting. You know, didn't she in that like settlement offer try to say, like you mentioned it, like that would all get figured out if your dad had accepted the offer.
I don't know if I can talk about that, but I'm just going to say I read through it and there was nothing about the storage unit. So
you mentioned it in the server a couple weeks ago. Maybe I just remember too much, but that's what you.
There's a big thing of people.
I don't think so because it was about her and his assets, and the storage unit wasn't mentioned. But have
you seen these? No,
the big issue has to do with custody. It's. I don't want to get into the details. But this stupid stuff about money is retarded. It's ridiculous, but.
It is retarded.
It's just a way to keep something going on forever. 28 months.
Well, it's not stupid for me though because I'm paying $9 a month for that fucking.
It's just a way to torture everyone, right?
Yeah, she's trying to torture.
I mean, in my mind, and I've talked about this before. Like, it's your dad put it in your name, and it's like.
No, he didn't put it in my name. I signed a lease thinking it would be my property. Then the divorce came up, and all of a sudden I'm going to get sued if I sell or move any of it. I didn't know that, so.
She took over the lease voluntarily.
Yeah.
Well, right, but let's if we imagine that the lease was still in Ben's name, it's pretty, I assume, common that in divorces shit like this gets fought over, and people have to work it all out.
For how many years?
Okay, but that doesn't matter. RD, my point is, I filed a motion to say, like, okay, you don't want to deal with it outside of court. Let's deal with it in court. and all I get in response is motion to strike, which I don't think will go through. But like that just shows like she just wants to keep having me pay the rent on this. That's her intention. Her intention is to get this thrown out of court. So I have to keep paying for her marital property, which I've asked her multiple times and her attorney to let me know if she wants any of it so I can get it out of there so that I can stop paying for the storage unit, and she refuses to do so.
Well, I guess I don't know. I still think you should be mad at Ben for letting you do this. You should have never had it in your name. It's just not fair.
This guy hates Ben, I think.
I don't like Ben. No, I don't.
Well, why?
Sorry.
She can sue us both for the rent. It's fine.
Okay.
You know what I think you should do? You should get someone to move into the storage unit like they have certain channels on YouTube and they live out of a storage unit. You could make back the rent for the unit.
It's a beautiful unit. It's
by
a beautiful
having a
place.
Negro live in it. That's what I would do.
I can't do that because I did serve her already. Yeah, I served her. It's just I don't know.
It's no big deal. She'll win in court.
Mm-hmm. And then it'll get
You
figured
served
out.
her?
I served her. Yeah, I served her.
No. She refused service.
I emailed it to her and her attorney and my dad, and I sent a what do you call it? A letter that certified letter, and she returned it without signing it. Even though I sent it to her address, I know she lives there. So,
okay. I mean, I think some people, including me, going back to this Lola thing, like I think it seems weird to like have somebody who's kind of being a sex fest, and then, in my opinion, Ben saying it's cool if we have this guy hang out. You know, that doesn't seem fair to you. You should be kicked out.
no, I was fine with having Lalo there because he sort of like apologized and we did the struggle.
Well, wait. Can I frame this differently, RD? You would admit that Grace is more of the IRL person. Whatever you think of it, I would like to do intellectual, religious, cultural content. So from the perspective of an IRL streamer doing her collabing, it's hard to keep people in, you know what I mean? And so if you start kicking people out, it makes everyone feel
but like it's okay to kick people out if they do something horrible to your family member.
Yeah, but let's say you got to keep in mind we're streamers. It's not like a personal private situation. But like if we had kicked them out in the middle of Pennsylvania, okay, when it happened the next morning, if I just pulled over to the side of the road in the middle of Pennsylvania, like G Mommy did with him in the south side of Chicago, like obviously I want to get him to an airport at least. I did kick him out in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, but I knew I took him to the airport because I don't want it to be that like we're these like I don't believe in this like bad motherfucker honor culture and like fuck with me. And we immediately throw you out. That's Lav's thing. I think that makes it really hard for people to collab. He's not a danger to anyone when they're awake. And he pretty much stopped doing it when she told him to fuck off.
Well,
so I don't really understand how that's like can't a woman say that guy was annoying to me last night. I'm never going to sleep with him. And I sleep in the same room as him again. And I find him annoying and I want to get rid of him, but for the sake of the collab or for the sake of my career, right? Like, I don't think it's wrong to like, if Grace was working in a corporate situation and a guy made a joke that's like off color to her or like, you know, slapped her on the ass, would I say you immediately need to make a huge fucking thing, quit your job and scream it all over the place? I'd probably say, no, report it to the right people and then act with respect and let the procedure, let the process follow its way out.
And then I'm just curious, I guess Grace,
if a guy had raped her in the office, I would say immediately go to the police. Obviously, immediately go to the police, immediately demand that he be fired. But like that, just to say something is sexually inappropriate does not mean it's like it all is one category. There's like very light, and then there's very heavy. stuff in that category. I don't think the police should be. I think the police, if we went to the police, I think the police should say, "Give me a fucking break." That's my opinion. I don't think it's a matter of the law. If you didn't even touch someone's genitals, like, I just think, you know,
what are they gonna do?
It's like a woman putting her hand on my leg. If a woman puts her hand on my leg and I go like, yeah, I'm not interested. Like, yeah, technically I could go to the cops, but I mean, what the fuck? That's ridiculous.
Messaging the school, like that was like, you know, that's kind of a punishment. I'm not even.
That has to do with him refusing to take accountability. That's
and
what that has
laughing
to
about
do.
it and telling other people that I touched him and that I wanted it.
Yeah, like,
so,
this guy sucks. This guy sucks.
Oh, he lied about it. He did more than okay. Wow.
He admitted what happened and he apologized, and then later when he was with other people said she wanted it and she did stuff to me.
People should know, if this guy's in politics, he thinks it's cool to grope women and then lie that they groped him first. Like,
yeah.
I think that's fine to say, like, yeah, bro, you made your bed, now lie in it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to go beyond that.
See, if I would have been in Ben's situation, I would have just said, Grace, drive and slow down a bit. And where was it? Harrisburg or some shithole. And I would have just kicked his ass out the door. Like, I would have said, slow down a little bit, not too slow. And I would just kicked him out on the side of the road. I'm not that nice though. I wouldn't have taken to him.
Do you think Lalo's important to the content? Like, what does he offer?
I don't think. I think he sucks.
Yeah, he's been. I mean, like that. He's been a long time character. I mean, people, whatever they'll say, he's boring. He's an idiot. Whatever. He's unpredictable, so that's interesting. You never know what the fuck he's going to come up with next. So, but I do think at a certain point you do say, like, okay, this is like, we don't have enough common ground to keep going, and we're going to move on. But he's welcome. Like, he'd be welcome on this panel.
Yeah,
you could say that it's abusive that I have Grace talk with him on this panel. You can say that, but I mean, that says more about you, I think, than about me or Grace.
It's a gray area. I mean, I talked to him in person, but like mostly I avoided him. I kicked him out of the RV, and when we were in public spaces, I just ignored him. So
if we were in a situation to interact with Lav again, certainly we're not going to drive 15 hours to see her, but like if she happened to be there, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I don't have any real problem with meeting up.
Grace, if you were in a situation where you could get Lalo castrated without getting charged, would you just say castrate him?
Yeah.
You would.
I wish Lalo the best, but I just think that like he wants it to come off like, hey, I'm kind of like this like alpha male, like out of control dog. Do any of you guys think that? Do you guys think that that's his problem?
No.
I think he has another problem.
He's a douchebag. He's lying. He's not talking.
Do you think that Lalo's gonna have to go to like a mental health facility to deal with his Grace obsession? It seems like
he's gotten way more into drinking. He does a fair amount of like drugs that are prescribed. Yeah, he does seem to be headed in Ruby's direction, which is
he's not prescribed,
losing touch with reality.
Yeah, he seems
is he
like
on something for he's mental?
Adderall.
It seemed like he wasn't connected to the reality of what was happening.
No, he wasn't dealing with it.
Yeah.
He could have dealt with it and just said, you know, I fucked up, my bad, I'm sorry. And like that, literally, I would have been fine with that. Like, you know what? Let's not sleep in the same room. My bad, I fucked up.
It's the same thing with Ruby. You can say Ruby has spiraled downhill since meeting us. But I just think those things are like, they're inherent, like they're pre-existing conditions that maybe we bring out the worst in people who have mental illnesses.
Yeah,
I would say that's true. I don't think there's any problem with that. It's good. It's entertaining. It's interesting. And like they're responsible for they're adults. It's not like kids are doing this with.
You guys.
I mean, I think because we are healthy, attractive people, whatever. We may, like, my dad smokes cigarettes, whatever, a little overweight, but like basically we're healthy, attractive people who enjoy streaming. We enjoy the kookiness of people, and we don't do like drugs and like crazy alcohol. I get drunk like once a month. So I think crazier people find us interesting, but also are like, I want to get at you. And I think that's why these guys do this. It's like, I'm going to get something out of you because, like, you think you're better than me. Even though I don't. I just think they're kooky and I'm kooky in a different way. And I don't do the things they do. And they're
we do think we're better
unhealthy.
than them. We do think we're better than them.
Yes, because they are more unhealthy because, like, Lalo is taking stimulants and a crazy amount of alcohol daily, all day long. Like, genuinely pumping his body full of chemicals that are making him like it's not helpful to him. Like it's crazy what he's doing. You know, when King TL says he's shocked by your drug consumption, it's time to take a step back and look at your life. King TL, who's like probably not fazed by like somebody literally shooting up heroin. So
yeah.
Is his personality different from like what, I don't know, a year ago? I followed him too, obviously, but you guys have been like, you've seen him in real life. Like
well, Artie, I will give him this like IRL streaming is kind of stressful, and he was with us. If you like, this wasn't just the Chicago arc. He had been with us, and then we got kind of burned out, and we were like, "Why don't you go visit, Uncle OPC in Maine?" Mm-hmm. And so he was doing content that whole time. So he's like 2 weeks into like everyday IRL. And I think by the end of it, I was sending him text messages saying, bro, I think you might need to go home because you're not making any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that can happen to people. It's hard to be on camera every day, all day. Even we were like, right. Wasn't it like when we came back from New York? We were like, we need a break. Mm-hmm. We need to like just recoup a little bit. So he kept going.
He came back after the Joy stuff.
And I think he really wants the attention, so much so that like his idols, his idol is Kino Casino.
Right. They're talking shit about it.
They couldn't have been more like, dude, this is crazy what you're doing. Right. But I think he actually likes it. But they're genuinely, as rough as they can be, like they genuinely were kind of nice with them last time they went over it. They were like, bro, stop, come on, buddy. And he just kept going into it. And I have the same view they do, which is like, okay, well, if you want to act crazy, it's good content. It's a cautionary tale, and you're an adult. So we're spectators more as much as anyone else.
He's half an adult. He's kind of chopped. He's kind of chopped in half, so he's like half an adult.
Speaking of Lalo, guys, here's his latest cope. Somebody apparently.
Well, he's 23 years old, and he says he's going to finish becoming an adult when he's 30. And 35. Like that's a stupid thing to say, but like, watch what happens. I'll be watching.
Look at this recent chat from Lalo. Shamu, Grace will never cut me off. She only tried to ruin my life, so I'm more reliant on her, really. It's cute.
See, this falls into the psychological category of obsession.
Yeah, he's obsessed. And he's basically
the more attention you give him negatively, the more he feels like, oh, that's passion. Because he doesn't understand relationships. Yeah. That's the same problem I had with Grace's mother. It's obsession. It's like...
He's like a retarded drug addict.
That's obsession. Alcohol. That's like when you have a stalker and they're like, she pushes me away just so I come back for more. That's
and they love going to court and all this stuff because they get to see their obsessed. That's the same problem that Grace's mother had. She sits there, like her kids will tell us. Our kids will tell us. She just sits there on Discord and watches all of our streams all day. Like, that's unhealthy. It's no problem if you want to move on, but you got to move on. Sitting there,
like
becoming ultra obsessed with your ex.
But like that's for life, right? Like that's Courtney's life.
No, it isn't.
No, this is not her life. No,
she has nothing to do with us.
Right, but I mean, it's like if it makes sense for anybody to watch, it would be her.
No, it would make the least sense of anyone
she
to watch.
Quote unquote dislikes both of us. Like, why don't you find something else to do than just watching us all day?
I don't think she dislikes.
I told her back in 2020 to move, and a priest that was the pastor told her in 2020, you need to move on, be as good of a mother as you can be, and Ben should take care of the kids. and that's been true. And like obsessing, it's not making any sense. Like she could have a real job. She doesn't. We've never tried to interfere with her employment, unlike her doing it with us. It's like, why don't you just move on with your life and do something interesting? And if you don't want to take care of your kids, I'll take care of them. Grace will help. They're mostly old enough to move on, but get off the fucking internet. It's not healthy.
Get a job, right?
Get a life.
Pretty sure
Move
she has
on.
a job, but I don't know.
If you felt like your relationship with me wasn't healthy, which I totally agree, go find someone. Go find someone else. I'll be the biggest fan, but I'm not going to sit there obsessing about it. I don't
know
really
you
care.
Can't talk about it, Ben, but like she did try to settle. Like that's the thing I said a couple weeks ago in the server. Like she did try to settle.
RD, saying like one parent saying to someone, "Here's the deal: you'll never be able to see your kids until they're 18." That doesn't make sense.
Though. You offered that though.
Yeah, I suggested something like that, but I don't think that's fair to my kids.
Okay, so you changed your mind. You changed your mind.
Yeah, sometimes you just like, I don't even fucking care. Can we just move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But largely, I have suggested just dismiss the whole fucking thing.
Right, because
we'll just go back to like whatever. This is not an issue that courts are made to resolve. I believe it's a mental health issue.
Okay, but like, is what Grace mentioned, and there was this long stream about it, how she talked to her in court. She was saying the settlement would be like the 10K, and she would have to say that nothing happened between you guys, like in court. That was what Grace said.
Then no,
there was there's basically like you didn't. I'm not going to tell you like all the details, but whatever. Mm-hmm. The problem is in court, I will win.
Okay, but
and I don't want to win. I don't want to win. Like this idea of using kids in a tug of war is wrong. Like she should be the best mother she should be. I should be the best father I should be. But here's the problem. The last time Grace talked to her mother, she said that I am demonic. Like that's not really like within the realm of mentally healthy people. Yeah. Whatever you might think about me.
I mean,
if you say I'm demonic, like I'm a demon, that's ridiculous.
I mean, that's the thing. Like I've seen you on stream doing pretty mean shit, to your family members.
Okay, so you think that maybe I'm a supernatural being who is my lord is the devil, and I'm a supernatural being who has taken human form.
I don't know if
I don't think this
Courtney
guy's
maybe your daddy issues don't go quite that far, but if they do, then I would suggest that you seek mental health professional.
But I mean, I don't know because I haven't talked to her, but I assume it wasn't literal that you're literal.
No, it was literal. It's literal.
Oh. Whoa.
Well, you can ask Grace.
Yeah. She said if I think she said something like, when I discuss things with my father, she has no other word to describe that than demonic. That's what she said, something like that.
She thinks Ben's a literal demon.
She said, she was like, I hate to say it, but I think that's demonic.
I'm a demon in bed.
So
I've called people a demon.
He's a dog. Before. Woof. Snafu. Welcome to the stream, brother. What did you have to say?
Well,
I'm actually thinking we need to get a GoFundMe for Ben Thorpe and Grace and get some thigh grape whistles ordered. and I really think that yeah, I think so. But I honestly was curious. I was curious, Ben. It was almost pay-per-view status when Lalo agreed to the mutual combat. I was ready to watch, man.
Well, then he took it back, and they ran away.
No, for sure. But no, I honestly think that there's a game here. You guys have been I think he knows exactly what he's doing and pushing it to the limits, if you get what I'm saying.
But
right.
Wouldn't you say that if you did something sexual with Grace, that would be demonic behavior, though, right?
If I did something sexual with Grace,
Yeah.
I think it would be human behavior that's highly disordered.
Okay.
What are you talking about, demonic?
All
Do you
right.
even
I just
believe in
wanted to know.
God? Do you even believe in God?
Yeah, I'm Catholic. I was baptized.
Oh,
Catholic.
okay. So, well, like disordered. Like if someone jerks off, I think that's disordered behavior. Is it demonic?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that means?
What?
Sinful. Whatever she can say whatever she wants about me morally, but when you have to attribute it to demonic activity, you're not really in the realm of Catholic theology or really anything that anyone would see as like making sense. Don't you think?
Right. So that kind of behavior isn't demonic. It's just disorder. What would it be an example of demonic behavior?
Like demonic possession?
Okay.
I think if you look at what happened in World War II, that like all of those confluences
Oh, hang on a second. We got a big echo. Okay, I think it was snafu. Okay, go ahead.
of political activity that led to such immense millions of bloodshed, I think you could see demonic activity at work there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna take off, but I'd say it's demonic. But later,
Oh,
guys.
good.
Later.
Bye.
Go take off, fly your demonic wings away.
You know what else is
If
demonic?
anyone's
RD?
demonic, it's you fat fuck.
Stop sodomizing your wife, RD.
Is he fat? Really? I don't know what the guy looks
Oh,
like.
he's a
He
chunky
looks
boy.
like he's from Middle Earth.
He's a chunky boy.
He's a fat demon.
He's a trust fund baby who's obsessed with serial killers who prefer
Okay.
his wife, his quote wife, who he's been with for 11 years and has not yet produced a child with, prefers anal sex to vaginal sex with. Yeah.
He's
You have
giving
any
her
idea
anal
why
cream
she
pie.
prefers that? Because you can't get pregnant up your asshole. And so if you want to be with a guy because you're leeching off his money, you might go that route.
Tell Amelia's butthole that Chad
Butthole
said
lover.
hello.
He's a
Don't you
butthole
think?
lover. He's a butthole loving Catholic wannabe, or he's not a true Catholic.
Yeah, I mean he's crazy, whatever.
I mean, if you're a married Catholic, you should have kids and you shouldn't be sodomizing your wife. But anyway.
Yeah, what kind of a Catholic is like flexing having anal sex with his wife and not having kids for 11 years, despite the fact that she's a beautiful young woman he married when she was 19?
She is gorgeous. His wife is.
Like, what the
Wow.
fuck? You're a Catholic? Well, show me what non-Catholic looks like then.
You shouldn't be committing sodomy as a Catholic. That's wrong.
Well, but if you do, why would you talk about it on the internet? Like, well, how's that respectful of your wife? Like,
He's half
yeah, maybe
retarded.
she's a freak, but like, why would you be like, yeah, she likes it in the butt. She prefers it that way. That's not very respectful.
No, and it's not very Catholic to put that out there on the internet.
Grace needs to have a button where every time she feels like she's uncomfortable and it says she can push it and it says ban Samuel Palmer. It could have been useful with Lala. Ban Samuel Palmer, chat. I need mods. Ban
What's that a
Samuel-
quote from?
It's from Dalmatian Dog. It was Samu Palander
Yeah,
in
right,
chat,
right.
but he said
Samuel
Samuel Palmer. Ban Samuel Palmer. All right. Well, Raven King, thank you. John Malkovich, thank you for coming on. But we're open to more callers, but I think we've had a good rapport with you. But
That was really
I'll let
good.
you go.
Yeah, I liked RD's thing honestly, but he always has to get his last word in. So I'm gonna get my little anal thing with him in
I think it's
too.
demonic. Bye. I think it's demonic.
Born Mush says Ben would violate his probation if he fights. I'm not on probation. I've never been on probation. I've never been convicted of a crime. And I have a clear criminal record. Sorry.
Probation, that's a new one. Born Mush, what was he supposed to have been on probation for? Curious.
Non-consensually sodomizing Born Mush's mother, I assume. Sorry, it's consensual non-consent. She loves it.
CNC, baby. Okay, now I do have a whiteboard. And I wanted to, just as a recap, because I think it's fun. Just as a recap, we'll go through what happened. We'll put it at the top. The whiteboard's a bit messy. I should have brought.
Wait, Lalo keeps doing this stuff in chat, so I think we should either have him. Lalo, either come up or you're gonna get banned like Ava, and you guys can start your own little channel.
Oh, is he in chat? Because I
haven't for no viewers.
I haven't blocked, so I didn't see it. What is he saying? I didn't. I actually didn't show up for me.
I could beat Ben up, whatever. It's the sexual obsession. It's not me. It's you. I mean, it's not you. It's me. Lalo, come up or get banned.
Yeah, I think that is fair.
And don't tell me you're in an airport or whatever. You can come up.
Let me ban him. Okay, Tenderman. We'll give him 5 minutes to call in. If he doesn't, then you get to put the hammer down. He's been talking for the past 2 hours. That's why I was confused. I thought you guys were talking about him like on a different channel. I haven't blocked.
Wait, even Ava's not banned.
Oh, what the fuck?
Well, she did come up though.
Oh, okay.
So I'll give her grace. She can stay in.
The Chicago collab. Okay, so I'm going to include the entire Lalo collab as part of that. So when did all of that start? Let me go back in the text messages. We want a timeline of what happened. Just so we all remember for posterity. Let me go to my texts with him. We'll go back to when he said, this was before the New York arc. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. This is when we picked him up from OPC. Okay. Okay, so he got here Saturday, November 22nd. Saturday, November 22nd. He arrived in Boston at 9 a.m. Lalo arrives in Boston 9 a.m. Okay, that was the beginning of the entire thing. Yeah, I saw Peaksy. I got over that earlier. Okay, I went over it earlier. Okay, then chat's going to have to fill me in. What happened? At a certain point, he went to go see OPC. We picked him up. Okay, we picked him up in Boston with Joey. Joey, Lalo, Thorpe's. We were going to go to the Thanksgiving parade, but we didn't go because Lalo got the wrong train or didn't.
Right.
Where did we go in Boston? Do you guys remember? We went. Oh,
yeah,
we got the pipe. We got the pipe.
Yeah, we went to Cambridge.
Cambridge. We went to the pipe store. Pipe store. We still have the pipe, by the way. Thank you, Lalo, for the gift. And then what do we do after that? Lalo tried to fill you in. Okay, then we dropped Joey off. Oh, we got Joey. Joey got his gift. Joey's birthday. Joey, this whole board is going to be filled. Joey purchased Joey's birthday party gifts. Joey's party gifts. Okay, then we went back to the apartment. What do we do with the apartment? The bare ass was the New York arc, Tenderman. You're so far behind. We went back to the apartment and we watched the gay movie. Watched Call Me by Your Name. Okay. Then the next day, Sunday. November 23. Yeah, you're welcome, Montero. Sulked while you walked with Terry. Oh, Sunday was Montero. Oh my God, I forgot about Montero. I literally, so much happened. I forgot that even happened.
Destroyed his family.
Destroyed Montero's step family. He is no longer the dad who's, he's not the dad who stepped down. How does it go? The dad that stepped up. He stepped down. Anyways. Okay, Montero. That was basically all that happened, right? Oh, no, before then. Hold on. We had the Lalo's sexual preferences struggle session with the Surfing USA music video. Surfing USA music video
right.
struggle session. Right? Then
yeah, his girlfriend broke up with him, Pixie.
Yeah, because of Shabatoni.
Because Grace did an overt bit holding hands with him.
Yes. Okay, then we had the Montero, Lalo, Thorpe's, Lalo sulked. And what else happened? Did anything else happen with Terry? Oh, we'll just say led to breakup. Please write Terry grabbed you. Please, the hug. Oh, Montero side boob grab? Question mark? Karaoke? Yeah, we all did karaoke. Also karaoke with Terry. Forgot about that. Trio karaoke. It was an armpit grab. He's a freak. Sorry, Terry. You're already in trouble. You're already in trouble. Okay. I think that was it for then we went back with Lalo, and did anything else happen? Bowling was the next day. It was a full cup. Send the clip. Send the clip. We'll go over the clip. I haven't actually seen the clip. Pretty sure it was armpit, to be honest. Side boob / armpit. Over the chair hug. Okay, then what was next? Did anything else happen? Yes, everybody go subscribe to Joe Shabatoni. Best Thorpe clipper ever. Except for Naptown, but Naptown does like long.
He's not a clipper.
He's not a clipper, he's a documentarian. Let's see here. Did anything else happen that night? Did we do more React tent? Didn't we watch the old man? Wasn't that like when we watched the cop videos? Like the MST3K? I think, yeah. Yeah. MST3K TV session. I don't remember anything else happening. Oh, also we had, was that the chowder mukbang? Shabatoni has the clip. Okay, hang on. As we do the review, when was the chowder mukbang? Shabatoni's got the clip. Hold on, it's loading. Surfing USA. Bum, 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 bum. And everybody was surfing. Surfing USA. Lalo's lies fall apart. What? Oh, it was in this overview. Okay, I see it. Hold on. I got to scrub. Jaden McNeil is reacting. Let's go.
Nice.
We love you, Jaden. Okay, I have the screen grab. It's a screen grab. It's right around here. Oh my god, I keep. Okay, here it is. Terry. I would say that's armpit. Poor guy. Terry, you dog. Nah, it was my fault. Who asks for a hug like this? I SA'd Montero. Armpit fetish. I'm screenshotting that. I gotta put that in a thumbnail sometime. No, that wasn't Terry's fault. Terry was, as always, a gentleman. He got a handful. Rate the cup size?
Oh yeah, the swingers club too.
Oh my god, yeah. Where was the swinger club? Wasn't that the first night? I feel like it was the first night. All right, did Lala get banned because he didn't call in? Tenderman? Donk. Okay. Also, Swinger Club. I gotta add that. Swinger.
Radio Farm says your boy just got monetized. I'm not sure who he's referring to.
Probably himself. Congrats, Jeremy. Now maybe you can get real donos instead of getting cash apps that get refunded before you can withdraw them to your bank account.
Well, why don't we push him our viewers when we're done?
Sure.
So tell them to go live.
Go live, Jeremy. Okay. So that was all day these 2 days. Okay. Do I have it correct so far? Can you guys read that? Wait, let me change the Can you guys read that?
This idea Lalo's on a flight. How long is the flight from Chicago to Arizona? It's like
4 hours, 3 hours maybe.
3 hours.
3 hours. Okay, Saturday.
He's home, guaranteed.
Saturday, November 22nd. Lalo arrives in Boston at 9 a.m. Joey Lalo Thorpe's Cambridge Pipe Store, Joey's party gifts. Then we went to
Robbie's Basic is back in chat. I'm back. Grrr. Big Robbie.
That's Lalo.
My band, my alt. Oh, that's it. That's Lala.
That's Lala's alt.
Robbie. Basic.
I might leave that alt just because it's funny. Robbie's Basic. Okay, Sunday, November 23rd, Surfing USA music video sex struggle session. Montero, Lalo Thorpe's. We went to a restaurant. I didn't include that. Lalo sulked. That led to Montero's breakup. We also did karaoke. Montero side boob / armpit grab ? MSG3K TV react session. Okay. Then, I believe it was Monday. This whiteboard's not big enough for all this. Monday, November 24. Lalo kicked out. I remember the apartment. Lalo kicked out of apartment. Dudek bowling. Lalo lost the bet and had to go visit OPC Dawn. Okay, so he took a bunch of trains and buses up to OPC Dawn. Then 8 p.m., Lalo arrived in Maine. Lalo OPC. Lal OPC tent. And it's hard to go into all the Lal OPC tent, but Jeremy's finding his voice as a streamer when he used to get high and play guitar. It sucked. Yes, it did. Oh, can we play the Radio Foreman karaoke? I feel like we didn't. I feel like people didn't enjoy that enough. Hold on, we'll take a brief break from the timeline. I'm gonna need another whiteboard. Hold on. Did anybody clip that? I was on G Mommy's channel. I don't know if you guys were watching. Lil G Mommy, Jeremy karaoke. One of the worst karaoke performances I've ever seen. No, okay, it wasn't clipped. Chicago IRL. My car is told. Oh, did he private? No, it's the 4-hour one. Okay, fast forward. Fast forward. Fast forward. Okay, it was around here. Okay, a Lalo and Jeremy karaoke is worth a second watch. Here it is. I found it. Riders in the storm. Okay. Hold on. I think I have it. Give me a minute.
It was
a little too far.
It was
Okay,
remarkable. Didn't the DJ say like he's not coming up here again?
I don't think the DJ said it. He said that about G Mommy.
Lalo too, right?
Not Lalo, no. Hopefully you guys can hear this.
Good boy. Good boy. You don't care. Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Like a dog without a bone and
The passion is overwhelming.
there's a killer. His brain is squirming like a toad.
Cringe. It's spoken word.
Whose fault was that? That was my cameraman's fault. What? Seeking 100.
G Mommy kept muting too.
Bang. Woo! Jeremy, that was amazing, dude.
What's funny is he mocks him and then does an even worse job in many
He
ways.
did an even worse job. Yeah, 100%.
I did like the Cookie Monster voice on the chorus.
Cookie Monster Nirvana. Hey,
Hey, I got a real complaint.
oh my god.
You need customers in here. Yeah. Oh, here we Are these girls? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like straight up group time. Sorry,
Hey, you got a drink too.
karaoke.
Yeah.
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 You gotta give him props though for getting up there.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah.
Riders on the storm. Whoa. Riders on the storm. Oh, the fuck is it?
Cringe.
Into this 3 hours. Sweet. What are we at? Like a Dog without a bone
It's like someone trying.
Like a dog without a bone. He was sober, yeah.
Yeah, he was sober too. That's an important point. It was a great performance.
It was awesome. W.
I love the absolute lack of movement.
Yeah, just standing there. Where am I?
We don't know on that stage. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
All right, now you got to watch the Lalo. The Lalo one was, woohoo, man! Cookie Monster Nirvana coming right up.
This is a good comment. After years of comedy club almost, Jer's first set of comedy from a stage was an attempt at karaoke.
Well, it's like I said, Jeremy should, he's the monotone comic. He should go to a comedy club, do open mic, and just read his list of jokes, his notebook of jokes, and just go, there's no punchline for that one. Anyways, he should
like ultra dry anti-comedy.
Anti-comedy.
It's tough to pull off.
Monotone
I don't think he'd get the call back, but
Jaden is felting Lalo right now. We're about to get started. I might tune into that too. Hold on. Okay, this is Lalo's karaoke though. Cringe. Cringe. Cringe.
She eyes me like a Pisces red.
just random notes.
I've been locked inside your heart-shaped heart for weeks.
That's the first note he even came close to.
Yeah, he doesn't know the song.
He doesn't know how. It's like the easiest melody in the world.
Yeah.
No. Turn black. Hey, wait, I got a new girlfriend. Forever is tattoo across. What does that OPC? Hey, wait.
You didn't do the Cookie Monster yet.
Didn't get what?
He didn't start the Cookie Monster.
The Cookie Monster comes later. Trust, chat.
Hey, wait, I got a new girlfriend.
It's starting now. I got a new girlfriend. There he goes. Cookie.
You got cut off.
No idea how the verse is going.
Put myself on angel hair and baby. Cooking lining up your highness. I'm a Sometimes you under the cold, so I can fly right back. Hey,
there it is.
baby, I got a little tattoo your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a little.
Oh, God.
Right there. Say my friend. Say my friend.
Cookie Monster wants cookies.
You're involved.
It looks crazy, but it's not. Happy one of you is good, Sean. Happy one of you is good, Sean. Go. Spam
That's a
one
really
go.
easy
Spam one
karaoke
go.
song,
Spam
as far
one
as
go.
notes.
Yeah, but if you don't know it at all,
Spamming one of you is good, Sean. I already told this cringe lord.
Which one did you want?
cringe.
Hold on. Which one did you want?
King Vaughn. King Vaughn.
Okay, King Vaughn. Vaughn, guys, they don't have any King Vaughn. You know any other song? Drake?
No dirt. No dirt ball. Crap.
Okay. My life?
Anyways, so that was Cookie Monster, Lalo, and Monotone Jer.
I would
Great
give Lalo the
comment.
credit on that one.
I think Jeremy's was better.
It's
Riders in the
it's so
storm.
incomprehensible how you would say, like, let's do this song. I clearly have never heard it more than once. It's the simplest melody ever. It's
True.
just da 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 na 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 na. How could you miss that? He's like,
He literally. This is how crazy it is. He didn't listen to it outside of when we went to karaoke.
yeah, he
That
just saw one
did it.
guy do it who did a great job.
Who did a great job. The guy who went to his knees, the hipster guy. And he was like, oh, they were impressed by that. I'm going to do that one without knowing the song.
Yeah,
That's insane.
he was thinking in crazy ways, fantasy delusion thinking.
Yeah.
I liked watching that, therefore I should do that.
Yeah. You want me to play mine, Virginie, and explain what Lala was doing? Let me see.
Hey, wait.
Okay, so so I go up to do Fergie, Big Girls Don't Cry, and Lalo walks up to accompany me.
Support you.
Support me. Look at him wandering around.
He's like, hey babe, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
You were a little off there too, I do have to say.
I was. I heard myself being flat.
It's sometimes harder to, when you're in that situation, to hear your own, because they'll have a real performer will have a monitor speaker,
Yeah.
so you can correct it.
The problem was the speakers for the music was faced toward the audience,
Yeah.
so I couldn't really hear the music.
Yeah, that's why they have a monitor. You ever seen
Yeah.
it, like when someone performs,
Yeah,
they have
yeah.
a little speaker in front of them, or they'll actually have an in-ear monitor.
Yeah.
Because you can't really even hear your own voice. I've been in that situation. It's like,
I could hear, I hear what you're saying. I could hear my voice, just not the tune. So I wasn't even sure. Anyways, coping, but it was true. But then
no,
I
that's a
figured it out
that's
for
a
the
little
second
minor
verse.
thing. If you really know it, you can do it. You can't hear. You can hear yourself a lot better. Like here, you can hear your voice.
Yeah.
But if there's a lot of outside noise.
Yeah. So anyways, he walked up to me while I was singing, and he was looking at me. He's not here, but like he started looking at me the whole time. He was like, "You're doing great. It's awesome. Yeah."
This is all post grope.
Post grope. After I'd ignored him all day and was still ignoring him, he's looking at me. He's like, "Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, good job." I was like, that is the, like, even if you hadn't done what you did, like, that is the most annoying thing you could possibly do to somebody who's trying to sing a karaoke song. Okay, Jaden McNeil is shitting on Lalo. Let's see. Jaden McNeil, being a mirror.
Some shit that's gonna make me want to kill him. I'm not doing this with him. And you should. And you should.
Saddest Thorpe simp destroys future.
You're not gonna go to jail. It's mutual combat.
I thought, Ruby.
If I assault someone. Okay, Grace, I'll hold you back.
Okay, now on to. Surely it's almost over, Judas, right? Surely we're almost done. No.
I'm gonna come.
Nice. Nice. I'm glad you did that.
Actually,
now.
changed my mind. I don't want to react to Jaden McNeil. He's whatever. I have a whiteboard to write.
He's buddies with Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, but
Are you on Kick right now?
yeah, kicking YouTube.
Oh, send is Foreman on YouTube?
I don't know. Let me see. Hey, wait. I've got a real complaint.
Oh, Law Cop Queens is going members only. Isn't that weird?
That's what people do when they start coping.
That's when you know it's about over.
Hey, he's not live. What the fuck, Jeremy? Go live. Oh, monetized. Live in 49 minutes? Dude, I'm not waiting that long.
Because I'm saying you could push the Kick streamers over there.
Yeah, I can host Jaden and then raid Jeremy.
Raid Jeremy, and then we can come back after. Because I'm sure everyone wants to see the end of your whiteboard, Grace.
Well, I'll give Jeremy 5
Let's
minutes.
make Pennsylvania.
Jeremy, you have 5 minutes. King is live, but get crack Mose. What? Oh, is it just get crack in the chat? Alright, then I can raid get crack.
No, but you want to celebrate.
Jeremy's monetization.
Yeah.
Okay, Monday, November 24th. Alright, he has 5 minutes. Lalo kicked out of the apartment. Dudek bowling. Lalo lost the bet. He had to go to OPC Dawn. 8 p.m. Lalo arrived in Maine. Lalo PC tent. Okay, we had the sheepskin jacket lore. Sheepskin jacket lore. What else happened? We had the watch. We had kicked out of gay bar together. Shut up, Blackstones. Let's see. What else happened with them? Oh, 4-hour hotel search and airport tent. Did anything else happen? Oh, OPC brutally mogging him. OPC brutal arm wrestle mog. Absolutely vicious. Okay, that was Monday, November 24th. All right. Tuesday, November 25. Oh, okay. King Lalo, quote, crown of laurels. Picked him up in Attleboro. La Salette tent. Because he came back down from Maine. La Salette. Oh, no, the MST3K was after that, I think. Oh, then that was the Chowder mukbang. And that was when we did MST3K. Yeah. Maybe we watched Call Me By Your Name after the Montero thing. I think that sounds more accurate. Because I don't think we did that after the Swing Club. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Okay. MST3K session. Then 11 p.m. Lav says, come to Chicago.
This is the saddest stream on YouTube. Someone named John Thorpe, Jon Thorpe, live, running for Congress. One watching.
Can I see?
That is so sad.
Popularity contest, really, is what politics is.
You're losing it.
The biggest bank account generally wins because they can plaster their name all over the place. It almost never has to do with the actual policy stances or the
One
ideas
watching.
that person has.
Incel.
It's about how far they can get their message and how
I said, hey, dude.
badly they can make their opponents
You got
Loving
my
your
vote.
stream.
look to the public, which is why we have
You've got my vote.
an endless
100.
stream
PC Thorpe.
It's always slinging
John
mud
PC.
because you want to make the other guy look bad versus you trying
John
to
Thorpe
do
for
anything
Congress.
He's a
stand
coper.
out from the crowd and say, well, what
All these rich guys. Oh, you got to look pretty. Oh, you got to be able to talk. So called.
Are you guys meeting up with David Walsh? No.
Sure,
We're
you
out
got to
of
have good
Chicago.
lighting.
I asked Jeremy to give me his contact information. I wanted to meet up with him. Jeremy refused. Jeremy's live. All right. I just want to finish up Tuesday, November 25th. Okay, so then it was RV. We drove to... Where did we drive to the first night? What is streaming?
How could that be wrong? How could anyone be upset by that?
PF Jung.
Oh,
And
God.
Look at this
that's
guy's
autistic because
picture.
you have to take to the account.
How can you be so bad?
Why would all these senators tell the National Guard people
It's like literally like what a 12-year-old, like a 2-year-old would draw.
that what Trump is telling them to do is illegal? Now, maybe
Context.
I'm going to try to talk to him again.
ICE is a
Oh,
real
God.
legal agency, and ICE has the authority to deport people. If local
RV
authorities are
to... Where did we end up in the first night? We drove until 3 a.m. Is this accurate so far? This is really the pre-Chicago collab. Did I get anything wrong? Grace, Lala was completely fine the first night in bed, right? Yeah. Somebody screenshot this so I can refer to it. All right, I'm going to say we got it. All right. That's the first segment of the Chicago collab. I just want to put where we ended up at the end of the 3 a.m. We drove from 11 to 3. If we drove 4 hours, we probably ended up in... Wasn't it New Haven? New Haven, PA. I remember. New Haven, PA. Okay. Okay. All right, got it. All right, we'll continue the whiteboard tent in a moment. We're going to keep driving, and we're going to raid Foreman and Jaden McNeil. Okay. How many do I have watching on Kick? So this isn't too embarrassing. On 104. Okay. Host Jaden McNeil. Host successfully started. Bye, guys, on Kick. Wait, did it work? Host Jaden McNeil. Host successfully started. Did it work?
I sat there waiting. She dogged all of you to go to another bar. So you guys didn't want to meet up with the Thorpes. And now she's...
Oh, wait.
You lied to her about me.
What's it called? A raid or a host?
Jaden. It's called a host on Kick. Okay.
Thrown him into a wall or something. Grab him like the fucking giant, like fucking bash him like a ragdoll.
Did he get the host?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, good.
109 viewer hosts from Grace Thorpe.
Let's go.
Big shout out. We appreciate it. Let's go. Why haven't you thrown him into why haven't you fucking thrown him? You know.
Okay, as for the YouTube people, I don't know how to raid Foreman and I don't care. So bye.
It's too easy. It's like
see you later.
Girl. Well, that's actually true considering Grace